Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Paranormal Chop Shop. I'm Sonny. This is Amanda.
I'm Chad from the Chad Smith podcast.
And I'm the Soup Nazi, aka Lewis.
What's going on, everybody?
Oh man, glad it's Friday. It took forever to get here.
It's Frisky Friday.
That's right.
Yes, I came up with that one because I thought I was feeling frisky when I thought about it. Man, it's been a rough week, huh? For me. I don't know about y'all.
For me, it seems like it's been a long week, just dragging. It took forever to get here.
It's been raining here for the last freaking 8 hours. My patio is freaking flooded. It's crazy. I had a leak by the window. You know, homeowner shit.
Homeownership stuff.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck in an apartment, so I don't know nothing about that right now.
These days.
I got my shirt in the mail.
I haven't got mine yet. It's because I live in Florida. You know, it's like on the Pony Express or something. Wait for mine.
Thank you, Ben. Ben, these shirts are awesome, man. My sticker's awesome. It's up there. It's not a shot. Let's see it. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's cool too. And the one on the microphone.
Thank you. Hey, yeah, thank you. UFO Garage podcast. Thank you guys. Ben,
Joe, that was awesome.
You guys are cool, man. Yeah, Ben is cool, man. If you guys need anything done, any kind of graphic design, that's the man to go to, man.
Ben's always hooking it up.
Yeah, he actually made us. He actually came up with the name that we have right now. You know, so that's pretty cool. So, Chad, I'm sorry, bro. I fell asleep, man. I was trying to stay up.
Oh, that's okay. I was kind of surprised. I sent the link to a lot of people, but it actually, for not having anything planned or even having any guests planned, it was like almost 4 hours we went this morning.
The cool thing is, like, you're more for like the nocturnal creatures, you know. That's
somebody got on there. Yeah, somebody got on there.
You're more like a graveyard.
We have a morning show.
Yeah, you're good for the graveyard shift, you know. Hell yes, bro. That's UFO Garage down here. What's up, fool?
UFO Garage is in the house. Logan L got first place. He was in here early. Block Chick. Chris Holmes is in here, guys. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Grandmaster. What's going on, man?
Grandmaster. He was on the show this morning, too.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
I couldn't stay up. You know, I passed out. Life is beautiful, man, and I'm glad you're doing your thing, Chad. That's freaking cool, man. You deserve it.
Thanks,
I remember you were like camera shy the first time I even freaking got on with you. You were like a little baby sucking his thumb, man. You know what I'm saying?
It does take a minute.
Now your balls drop, so that's good. You know, you're becoming a man.
Yep, I made it.
You made it. Whoop, whoop.
I made it.
That's
I'm
awesome,
getting there
man.
slowly.
Yeah, man.
It's all about being prepared. Gotta be a little bit more prepared.
Last night we were talking on who were we talking to? I'm so sorry, I'm bad with names, Sonny. The guy that we were with on last night for like 2 hours.
Joshua.
Josh, man, that guy's got so much knowledge, man. I mean, we were like into another cosmic world when we were talking to him, man. We were like, oh yeah. You know, hopefully he comes on tonight, man, because you know, it was pretty cool, man, what he was talking about. You know, I don't remember because I'm old. I got Alzheimer's, I guess. You know?
Dementia.
We're gonna have Chris on right now. I'm getting ready to bring Chris in right now and see what's up.
Yeah. Hey, Block Chick. What's up, Block Chick? UFO Garage, Grandmaster. What's up? Thank you for coming to the chat.
Ben's so proud of you.
Yeah. Ben is like your dad.
Ben's like my mentor.
Yeah. He's awesome, man. I love his aura, man. Like, he's just, you know, their aura is like freaking awesome, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you ever watch like any other UFO freaking like podcasts, like they're real serious and you know they don't talk about dick pillows like these guys, or you know, talk about like masturbation propulsion, you know, or like where's my APR, you know, like
0% APR.
Yeah, man, you know, like that just I find these guys just cruising around, man, and you know, I was working nights, walking around, you know, that's what I was paid for, to walk. And I found them, and man, I was like hooked. I listened to them every night. It was so awesome. You know, I love you guys,
UFO
man.
Garage, yeah.
Hell yeah, man. These guys are fucking amazing. And then, you know, we're just doing our thing, like the Chad Smith freaking afterlife freaking show because that's what it is.
It's the afterlife show. It's the afterwork show.
Yeah, you know, the people are sleeping show. You know, that's what you have.
Yep.
But you know, there's a lot of people that actually work that life. You know what I'm saying? They work graveyard shift.
I gotta figure out some type of name. I don't like the Chad Smith podcast. I need like a coffee and
something catchy, huh?
Yep, coffee and paranormal or coffee and something. I don't know.
No, the Chad Smith
coffee with Casper the Ghost.
Afterlife. The afterlife with Chad Smith.
I want to leave him back there too long. You guys want to bring him in?
Yeah, man.
He's gonna hang up.
he might go to another podcast.
Grandmaster said, "We made it. Our balls dropped."
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on,
up,
Chris? How you doing, man?
Hey, Chris,
I put in for like, how about coffee with Chad or Chad with coffee or something?
There you go, coffee with Chad. That sounds good.
Or quit smoking meth with Chad.
That's not bad.
Wake up from meth with Chad.
Yeah, no. We got all these junkies on there, bro. They got a guy call you, tell him his fucking dog is eating a fucking alien.
I just got Narcan. Is this the right place for me?
You guys got Narcan? I love Narcan.
All right.
Narcan.
So what's up, Chris? Welcome aboard, brother.
Yeah, man. I hope I'm doing good today. I'm gonna be on shitty hotel Wi-Fi, so because I'm in Houston right now. Just got out of Skank Fest.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. I seen that when you posted that earlier, man. How was that? Like, how amazing
It's pretty fun,
was it?
man. Some of the biggest and best and most canceled comedians coming together and having a shit ton together. This huge fucking turnout. All these rough looking motherfuckers coming around, you know, you expect to get your ass rolled, but no, they're like the nicest fucking people here.
What's that all about?
What's Skagfest?
Yeah, for us that don't know, what's that all about, Chris?
It's there's this podcast called Legion of Skanks, and it's pretty much, you know, three comedians. They get together. They're New York based, and then they decided to have a festival. Well, it had such a big healthy turnout. They decided to make a South edition, and you know, Houston was chosen as the place for it to happen. So then they did it. They had it here. They had it like postponed like 2-3 times because of the lockdown stuff. But now they finally got it going on. And man, there was like people like wrapped around the building like 2-3 blocks just to get in. It's crazy, awesome. People.
Yeah, I bet you had a fucking ball, man.
Yeah, sure as hell did. It's like everybody there, they're all rough. Like I said, they're all rough fuckers, you know, rough looking people. But it's like they're all nice and stuff because everybody's there for the same thing, you know.
For a laugh.
Yeah.
They're there for a laugh. You know, that's crazy. Like,
sounds like a good time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, these are the kind of people like, you know, these guys are like one notch below like Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan and type of stuff like that. It's that sort of neighborhood, the sort of bad, dark neighborhood of comedy.
That's good
stuff. What's crazy?
Those are the good ones.
Like, comedy is trying to be shut down when it comes to everything. Like, you got to be so woke and everything. Like, I can't believe that comedy has got to that place. You know, like, you can't say certain things. You know, like, look at Dave Chappelle. His ass is being rolled because of it. But, you know, at the same time, it's being praised for asking, or, you know, doing what he did, you know. Imagine half of our freaking our comedians would be around right now. You know, like Carlin.
Right.
If he was around right now, you know.
Yeah, I see that stuff happening, and part of me worries like, is that shit coming for the paranormal? You know, because we have like a bunch of young people coming in. You have that Demi Lovato with her show, and I wonder, you know, is she going to bring that audience into here?
She has a paranormal show now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I binged the whole thing in like one night.
Is it good?
Check it out. It's actually not bad for what it is. I mean, she doesn't make anybody look stupid, but the thing is her antics outside of it, which is the most concerning, because that's where I think she recently made a big old stink about how, you know, like you can't call aliens anymore because it's derogatory and stuff like that. And she's basically she's mixing her activist isms into the paranormal community type of stuff. And it's a way for her to get press and stuff like that. I mean, the show itself, it's actually a pretty good show. It kind of glamorizes paranormal stuff, which of course it does, but it's just repackaging it for a younger audience, and I think that's good. But the double-edged sword of that is we're also going to get activist types coming in that they think they can do to paranormal what they've also done to comedy and what they've done to Hollywood and stuff like that.
Bringing the cancel culture to podcasting, like paranormal podcasting.
That's what I worry about. That's why
I thought that was a joke when I first heard Dave talking about that.
That's what I was. Go ahead, Chad.
I just thought I thought that was a joke when he said that we can't call. She mentioned that we can't call aliens anymore because it's derogatory towards the aliens.
Yeah, well, we're gonna call them fucking green fucking people or fucking.
Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson had actually a pretty good take on it. Even though I despise him too because he's obnoxious as well. But the thing is, he had this sort of like the whole alien thing. That's sort of like. Our word, that's sort of our definition for it. But at the same time, we don't know what they think because we haven't met them really in an official sense other than contactees. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you really can't dictate how another culture addresses you. I mean, it's like going to Japan or Mexico and getting all, pissed off that they call you gringo or gaijin. It's like, hey, sorry, that's just our word for white people or the Western American people. You're a gaijin, you're a gringo. It's not us derogatory, disparaging you, even though some people take that way. That's just how you're known as type of thing. Yeah. But I think it's mostly because she's putting the, our current political baggage onto the term. Yeah. And part of me thinks it's just to grab headlines.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
just to get
since I've been in here, I've noticed that pretty much all of us don't like to talk about politics and paranormal at the same time.
We don't like it. We don't like it mixing. We don't like it mixing in a way that that one dictates how you address the other type of thing. I think that's what we don't like. Is we like our peas and we like our carrots, but we don't like them mixed together. We don't like it where you can't taste the peas anymore because you got so much carrots in it type of thing. with the politics and the stuff like that. Is that what it's become now? Is that politics has become so divisive now that people just use it as a vehicle to shut down conversation. And that's kind of where I get a bug up my ass about it.
I'm very political, but I don't bring it onto here. I listen to politics all day and everything, but this is not the show to bring that on. So many things that I wish I could talk about, but I don't. I mean, like right now, I just bought some chicken and it was like $1 a pound, man. Come on. It went from like 30 cents. Everything's changing. When it comes to our country, to be honest. I mean, go try to buy a T-bone steak right now. It's really expensive, But anyways, we're not going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about so the show, man. How did you like it? I mean, was it like it was a lot of people? I mean, it was just people were wearing masks in the show.
Well, no, not really, because a lot of it was outside. And I think a lot of it was like the venue, they're very mask heavy, but I guess there were so many people that they just really couldn't do a damn thing about it. And nobody there really gave a shit. I mean, even the guys who run it, they're like, they're not hung up on all that kind of hubbub about it. It's one of those, I guess they sort of like there was so many people there. It's kind of hard to enforce it when everybody's, on the same page one way instead of the other type of thing.
So who's your favorite comedian, Chris?
That's a tough one because there's so many of them that I like. One of my favorites that he's sort of in our neighborhood type is Sam Tripoli. He's a pretty good one. He runs the what is it? I forget what it's called. Tinfoil hat with Sam Tripoli. He's down here too. I was gonna walk up to him and say, "Hey man, the moon is fake and it's out to get us," type of shit. but it was so crowded and overwhelmed.
The moon's taking us out to get us.
I didn't have a chance to get up to him or talk to him. I barely got a chance to even look at any of these people because it was so crowded and everybody's, having their moments and shit. And it's like, I'm just here just experiencing it, just taking in the communal energy and shit like that. But yeah, he's one of the conspiracy people. There are a few other comedians who like side dabble into paranormal and stuff like that.
That's what I was
I think one is like this one stand-up comedian. She's more of she leans a little bit more to the progressive side. She's a Paranormal Karen. She's got a show, and she's a comedian too. So she always throws in like humor into her show. I enjoy her show every now and then.
That's cool.
And then just straight up comedy podcast. Well, one of my all-time favorites is one called Come Town. It's Nick Mullen, Stavros Halkis, and Adam Friedland. It's basically just three guys getting together, shooting the shit. Stavros, he's sort of like the lovable scamp of the group. And he keeps trying to, every single episode, he keeps trying to keep the head guy, Nick Mullen, from screaming out the N-word because he keeps trying to work it into every single conversation. And he has to sort of, guideline the conversation to shoot him down like every single time. And it is hilarious.
What was that? Is funny. That show that I'm sorry, that comedian was it Paranormal Karen? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Right,
Paranormal Karen.
I wrote that down so I can
Karen,
check that out.
Karen Wolzalski or something Polish.
All right, I got it written down.
It's funny, like you just said, like the N-word. Like it's funny because I grew up using the word. My kids are half black, so like I don't think I've ever said N-word. Like to me, like it's just crazy, like how society is nowadays. Like you can't say certain things because they get butthurt.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but I pretty much given up on the word now. It's not fun anymore because everybody gets so butthurt about it. I mean, you can have fun with it. I think Joe Rogan had a thing where it's like, come on, man, just let me play with it a little bit. Just let me have some fun because you guys are having fun with it. Let me have that fun too. It's sort of communal type of thing, and it's not done out of malice. It's done out of because you can tell when it's done out of malice. It's just done out of pure fun, just to get a laugh. But the problem is the activist types who they don't want to laugh; they want control.
Everything.
And I think a lot of it.
Well, they just want to dictate how everyone else feels and reacts and does whatever, like try to control everybody, like you said.
Yeah, they don't want the cool people having fun because they're not invited. So rather than being invited to the party and being actually cool and calming the fuck down and being bearable, they would rather just flip the table and make sure that no one can have fun if they can't be the ones in charge. They just can't stand.
Fun, nobody can.
Yeah, they can't stand that there are other people out there having fun without them. And the reason that they're not is because they're just unbearable. And it's like, sorry, but you got to work on you.
You need to work on being more fun.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the media that they come out with, like the latest Star Wars trilogy or whatever. It's all about this main character. She comes out, she's perfect. And the whole punchline to the series is, everyone else just needs to recognize how perfect she is, type of thing. It's like the reverse of the hero's journey. And it's just, it just does not work. And I think the main lady, Kathleen Kennedy, she came out and she said, well, this series wasn't for you. And she's regarding all the fans who rose up and said, hey, this isn't what we're used to, type of thing. And it's like, well, who the fuck was it for? Because it's like, because the paying customer, the people who show up in droves, it's like they didn't like it. So who did you make it for? Because obviously they didn't show up. Because, I mean, where the hell is their money? Where the hell is the big turnout of all these woke properties? They all have to. They get pissed off. Like, what was it? I think it was Charlie's Angels. They said the latest reboot, it came out the big hubbub was, it's like, oh, men are gonna hate this. Toxic white men are gonna hate this. And then no men showed up. It's like, why didn't men show up to this? They're racist and bigoted. And it's like, you told people not to show up.
You
They
said we were gonna
didn't.
hate it.
You didn't get their money, and then you're mad at them for not spending money on something you told them was not for them. Shut the fuck up.
Right. It's got to be hard to be a straight white male these days.
Oh yeah.
Well, like speaking about that, like race, like I wish that it never existed. Like we just looked at each other as just humans. We don't look at each other.
I think the whole whiteness thing, it's sort of like that's just a placeholder for just Western values, because we're just I mean, like we're just this panel right here. We're all mixed people. We're all from different places and stuff like this. I mean, I think between me and Lewis, we almost got us like an entire Mexican here. But it's like the thing is that we're from all over. But the thing is, we all have stuff that we all enjoy. We all enjoy these same things, and it's not about whiteness or maleness or straightness. It's just we have these specific tastes. We enjoy them, and other people who didn't grow up with that, or they think they know better, and they don't, because they don't know how to relate to people, because they have the worst people skills ever, which is why they have to force people to be their friends instead of instead of just yeah.
See, just on that thought. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's just that sort of, and I guess right now, the whole straight white male thing, that's just the easiest label to slap on it,
right?
Because it's just a sort of, I guess, commonality. I mean, because if we were to go to Japan or stuff, like what would it be there? Like little yellow guy or something?
Yeah. It's just putting a label on it. It doesn't need to be there. I agree.
It's just the most. It's just the most common thing here.
I see a lot of the things because I am a Puerto Rican male, and I actually kind of like when I go around, I speak perfectly good English, and I see a lot of things. Meaning, like what I'm trying to say is, like a lot of people think I'm white sometimes, and a lot of Puerto Rican people at work like be like, "Oh, you're just a white guy," like they like I get like hate from my own race because I speak good English,
Yeah.
Like I'm like, why you hating on me because I learned it? I am Puerto Rican, yes.
You speak fluent Puerto Rican though?
There's no such thing as Puerto Rican, but yeah, there's Spanish.
Not?
Yes.
It's Spanish. Oh, okay. So
I speak Puerto. I reckon I'll speak me a little Puerto Rican here now and
right?
there.
It's not any different than Mexican.
It's like
I speak Oklahoman.
No, I can communicate. Okay, here's the thing. I communicate with a Mexican, a Venezuelan, a Peruvian. We all speak Spanish. We just got different slangs to it.
Yeah.
Like a bicho, to me, that means it's dick. To a Cuban, that means it's a bug. You see the difference? Like, what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, but what I'm saying is like
poor and rich white people too. We got a different lingo.
I reckon that's right. But like I've seen racism, and I don't understand, it's just the way the humans are, we just have that hate in us for some reason.
Yeah, I kind of, if I could just like expand on the point you're making there. I mean, even in the whole, you think, well, all the white people are this X, all the yellow people are that X, all the brown people are that. Even then, you see that there are so many, subdivisions among that, so many neighborhoods that, even the people that you think would be united clearly do not get the fuck along.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess it's more of a cultural thing, but that just shows, how different we all are, even within our own little tribes and camps that people try to segregate us to.
I think a lot of it is a social media problem.
Yeah, that is part of it.
To make more of a problem of what, like when we're in public together, we get along for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, because in public, well, you gravitate to the people that you want to hang out with, and stuff like that. Like us, we get together, we hang out, we talk, in this room, in this chat, and all this stuff. I mean, you look at the let's see, let's take the Asian influence for a moment. I believe it's Korea. When they take in flights from China, they give out little pamphlets that say, don't shit in the streets, wipe your hands whenever you use the restroom, because they act like the people from China are animals with no manners.
Yeah, they don't know how to
That's how much they disrespect them. And these are like, you think, according to the activists, all these people are all the same because they're the same racial, whatever makeup. And they're like, hell no, I'm nothing like those guys. I mean,
Right.
Let's face it. You get me and Lewis in the room, where he's going to try to instinctively try to stab me because it's a Puerto Rican in him. And I'm going to try to fucking steal his couch. I can't help it. It's Mexican in me.
You can't help.
We're just going to do that. But even though we're both technically brown and shit like that, it's just the way that it goes.
Yeah, what nationality are you? What are you, Chris? What are you, Chris?
I'm like a mutt. I'm the biracial. I'm half Mexican on my mom's side, and then I'm Swedish on my dad's side.
You're what on your dad's side?
Swedish, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So that's like Viking on one side and then Incan warriors on the other side.
Two different sides of the spectrum. I'm just saying, I have friends of all colors, and when we're around each other, we love each other. We get along great. It's all the outside influence that tries to make our different colors hate each other.
Yeah, well, it's just the again, it's that sort of activist element. And right now I could just say the activist is just the sort of best way I can label it or categorize it for the point at the moment, because again, these are types that are vying for power of some sort, and it's rather, and for some reason the tech oligarchies and all this stuff like that, they just surrender these people power because they're so afraid of them, or they're in leagues with them somehow. I mean, try to say anything, try to be fun and good on any social media platform. You're going to get shadow banned and shut down and all this stuff. Try any alternative thought, anything, and they're just going to, smash you down and stuff like that. I mean, even in the paranormal stuff, even when we don't discuss politics and stuff, we get caught in the crosshairs of their algorithm reshufflings when they try to silence dissenting voices. I mean, whenever they try to take down anything that they deem wrongthink, so many times, paranormal channels on the sideline get caught in the crossfires. I think recently, was it Christina Gomez? She had her channel taken down.
I saw
and she had no idea why. They didn't give her an explanation, nothing.
I saw that.
The only people who get treatment like that are more, I guess, conservative, right-leaning channels. And the thing is, as far as I know, from what I've heard of her show, she is nothing like that. That it's got absolutely nothing to do with it. But somehow she got caught in the crossfires.
On this race thing that you guys are talking about, everything we're talking about, actually today I woke up and I know this guy, he's real controversial. His name is, he played for San Francisco. What's his name again there?
Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick.
I'm just kidding. I know his name because I was. I was seeing these Californians know he was. I want to see if these Californians knew. I actually watched his document or his show today.
Kicked him right off in the ass. He taking me in front of me.
Even though he did the whole thing, people think he's un-American and everything, but he did. I believe, United States is a beautiful country. I believe in my flag and everything. Maybe he took it the wrong way, the way he did it. But what he did, actually, if you watch that show, he loved football, man. He just really, he was a true, to me, if you love football, you're a true American, to me. That is our national freaking sport,
How about football?
A lot of people, foosball. Oh, let me down, Anyway, so but yeah, if you watch that documentary, if you haven't watched it, the Kevin Kaepernick one, you should. Like, it shows you how much he had, like, because he lived in Palmdale. Like, I mean, not Palmdale. I forgot where he lived, but like he went around and actually traveled around and like saw a lot of like racism. I think the show had too much racism. Like every time we went to, I don't want to give it away, but it made it seem like everybody was against him. Like like white people always against him in the show. But
he's raised by white people, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was adopted by white. But his parents were white, and But what he says in the show, like if you really watch the episode, like man, like you really see like like the beginning of it. It's I don't want to say no more about it, but you just watch it.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of it's a nuanced point, and I can kind of see where he was kind of coming from, because universally we all take a stand against innocent people getting shot up in a situation that they were unfortunately wound up in. And it's sort of like a nuanced type of thing where you got to have that further conversation. But in what was presented before the documentary, we only got clips and stuff like that. He would come out and talk, and I don't know if he was the best speaker or not. I don't know, because I really don't follow sports. But all we saw was everyone else's take on interpreting what he was doing. And I've heard some good takes that, that what he was doing was very respectful from one perspective. But then from another perspective, some people see it as, this is some kind of personal attack. Or, it's like, well, it's going against, something that I'm ingrained in. And I disagree on this, like I have an example of X, Y, and Z that shows it like a different thing. And I think everyone on both sides did sort of get hung up on their own, activist spin on it, which sort of, took it way out of control. I'm sure that from his, perspective, when he's had a chance to really expand on it and explain himself, he could probably come up with some really good points. And I'm sure a lot of us would agree with stuff that he's got to say and stuff like that, but that's not what we were presented in the 20-second, commercial segments. And when Nike was pushing their shit on it, it's like, like, hey, we're going to push our shit. We're going to go with we're going to like make a tagline and stuff like this. And the thing is, if you have to explain your tagline or your what is it, your hashtag or whatever the fuck it is, then it's not a good hashtag if you got to explain it, because it's a nuanced situation about that. So I can kind of see where you're coming from.
Okay.
All right. That's fair.
I want to see what they're talking about. What do
you guys want to see?
Running two computers right now. Sorry.
Secrets.
Whenever you guys want to switch over to the UFO topic, I got something cool to show you.
Yeah, I was
man.
looking at that. I don't know if we can buy these or not. I might be the only person in the world that has this shirt.
Can I go make my own?
I think you are the only person right now. I'm waiting on mine
supposed to be in the mail. I got my Wu-Tang shirt.
Except I have some bad news to break to Ben. I got the receipt for my shirt, and I believe it's the wrong size.
Oh,
if I'm gonna fit it,
happens.
Hey, mine's extra small. That's why it looks like that.
That's why you look all hefty.
If that one's an extra small,
it's hard ordering online because you never know what true size they're gonna come to anyway.
My fit's good. It's extra large.
Yeah, I think Ben tried to surprise me, and I got the receipt in the email, and I don't think a medium's gonna fit this body.
Oh man,
Dave's shirt's classic, man. The beer shirt that's like 4 sizes too small.
Dave Scott.
Yeah.
So I have a question for Chris, man. Like I like to ask people, like, I love music. So when you drive around or you're going somewhere or when you wake up, I mean, what do you like to listen to? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what kind of person you are when it comes to music, because that tells a lot of what kind of person you are.
Let's see. You know that really gay techno K-pop shit? I like that stuff. Except I like it from Japan, Russia, Korea, wherever the fuck it is. That K-pop stuff.
Baby pop, or what's it called?
That's what I like.
It's like
the Backstreet Boys. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
except the foreign equivalent of that.
So do they speak? Do they talk in it, or they just like music?
It's like a lot. It's singing and talking on a bunch of different shit.
Do you speak Japanese?
No. I just fetishize it like everybody else.
So it's like. You know,
you're doing pretty good, man. You're giving me a boner.
We've been so into Norwegian black metal the last couple of weeks.
Dude, like shit, like what is it? The Finnish stuff, like Behemoth and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's rad.
I actually like. I forgot what their name is. Like a Viking type rock. You know what I'm talking about?
It's
like
sort of
Viking
like
death
Norwegian
rock.
black metal is a kind of, or you mean like more
like operatic metal?
It's called like I forgot the name of it. They'll be like
Scandinavian,
but it's Scandinavian stuff.
Scandinavian metal. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but it sounds like real deep. You know, I can't see a Japanese guy.
If you listen to it with the words on the screen, then you'll hear it. After that, you'll listen to the song again. You know what they're saying.
Yeah.
If you read the lyrics while you're listening to the song.
Yeah, I've heard some of that shit too. It's pretty good.
I don't trust the Japanese, man. They already did some damage.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I just
don't.
You can't say that.
No, I'm saying like not the people itself. I'm so sorry.
No, we'll be back.
We'll
be back after these words.
Thank you, bro.
I guess I'll take it back to the old days, you know.
Don't worry. They got owned.
Them fuckers back in the Vietnam.
Oh no!
I didn't say the bad words, you know. I didn't say no racial slurs or nothing.
Kind of. You did.
God dang it! Sorry, Japanese people.
It's all right.
We're just playing. It's all jokes.
Yeah, it's all jokes. You have to have comedians, you know. It's all about comedy.
No, that's what I was gonna say about
I mean, it's like, do you trust Vladimir Putin? You know, you don't trust him, do you? You know?
I might not agree with what he did, but I don't want to tell him what to do any more than I want him to tell me what to do. Say whatever the fuck you want to say. Do whatever you want to do. We live in America. That's how you know. Not that I agree with it, but I'm talking about.
Every time you said, when you said America, I thought about Apollo Creed and freaking Rocky. You know, living in America. You remember that? Like, you know, before he got beat up by the fucking Russian.
Pretty much live like it's none of my business. Whatever.
Fucking Russians beat us, man.
Sonny, did you see that thing I just shared?
Which one?
It should show up like somebody's in the backstage.
Yes, sir.
I was going to show Lip Blade here his new sticker.
Lip Blade. Where did that name come from?
Dave named him Lip Blade.
Dave.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hey, that's where I was surfing on the other side over here on the other computer. What?
Oh, okay.
I want a Lip Blade. I want a Lip Blade shirt, man. That's what I want.
Ben, you and Joe could have retired if you'd have sold these shirts on there. You're gonna have
Oh, the paranormal chocolate.
I need to order 4 more already.
Yeah, those are really cool. That logo turned out so good. I was like, man, we need that on a t-shirt immediately.
I want a couple so I can cut them up and shit.
Yeah, I definitely want to grab some of those.
Style.
So, Chris, you have any kind of like theories or any kind of like conspiracies or anything that you want to talk about? Anything like that's really on your mind, like you really like, like tell us about, like, like. Well,
I don't know. See, I think Chad, you were gonna like usher us into a UFO thing.
Well, I'm gonna take a chance, but Chris Bledsoe gave Josh Casey like 5 different videos, and he said that
let's see what he said. So
yeah, what's that?
Let's see what he said. So
yeah, that's right. He so he gave us permission to use them as long as we shout him out and let everyone know where we got them. So these are from Chris, but this one video, you know, I've seen a lot of orb videos and they're kind of hard to see. You know, it's a lot different in real life because our phones are just so terrible at capturing light. But let me see if I can pull it up here.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Undeniable.
Yeah, this video here is probably the most convincing video I've seen. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Hold on one sec.
Oh, that's convincing.
This
I lost it all of a sudden.
Your clean-shaved chin
But
is
I promise it exists.
convincing.
Oh, you took it out.
All right, there you go.
You ready?
Yep. Should be able to hear audio too.
Yeah, I got
can
that.
hear it.
All right, so these are going to show up as a little red orb. So you can see the red orbs up. There's already 2 out in front of them.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Thank you.
So it's not a shooting star because it's not a shooting star when it came down.
No, that's all. Yeah.
Right, they just started, so it'll keep going. There's another one.
Okay, and then
Wow.
shoot off.
All the stars don't go up.
And that one in the center.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, did you see that one in the center blink at him? Right here.
Yeah. Oh, that's a trip, man.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Turn the video off.
I think there's another one too, if I'm not mistaken. There's one more that streaks. Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so-
All in different directions.
Yeah, and they're different directions. That's what got
so
me.
it's not like this.
He's just out there talking to him and saying thank you. And
Haters will call it lightning storm.
Brand new psionics.
Ain't no light.
I
yeah,
know.
that's the most convincing video I think I've seen. Like
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
a trip right there, guys.
that one right there where it blinks and he says thank you. It's nuts. Right there, boom.
Thanks.
Oh, it's just so crazy. That's just streaking
Wow,
across
what the
from right to
hell?
left. Goes in and out.
Pretty unexplainable.
Ooh,
Oh,
that one
wow.
right there is crazy.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Dang.
You know,
Was
the
it
cool
more
thing about
vibrant
it-
in person?
Oh,
Was it
wow.
him that shared him? Is Chris that shared him?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
the
this
cool
is
thing is it's not shooting down; it's shooting up. You know, like
Yeah, they're going all
like
different directions.
Like on Halloween, I was sitting there and I seen a shooting star come down. That is not a shooting star. That, you see how it's
No.
coming up. I just
I've
saw
never
that.
seen one
That's
shoot
pretty
from.
much what I seen that day I left here.
Yeah.
But it looked like 4 of them in a row, like going together, and I couldn't catch up to them. They were going so
Guys,
fast.
she left here one night and she messaged me to go outside and look because there was something over the house.
Yeah. And as I was leaving, it was going further away, like it had just been right here. And as I'm leaving, it keeps going, and it's like 4 of those in a row.
Be right
Yeah.
back, guys.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
then I stopped. I pulled over to look at it, and it just disappeared. It was gone.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that kind of thing to know what to make of it or what kind of conclusion to pull. Because it looks like like fireworks or something or rather.
Yeah,
But
they
the
look
thing
like
is with the
flares.
fireworks, you're gonna see a steady trail from beginning to end. And that one is like as if it blipped
you're gonna
in
hear
and
it.
out of reality or something that they got like that.
Right.
As if it just, and,
Yeah.
and
I've got a
that's what
few
it-
other ones that I got from him too, but that one right there was the last one he sent me, and I'm like, "Are you sure this is supposed to be sent around? Because this one's totally different than the other ones, and and this one's a lot more believable."
Yeah, for sure. Like if it wasn't, what can you explain it as? There's really nothing.
Right.
So there's always going to be naysayers. So some.
Oh
like,
there's always the swamp gas specialist, telling us
Yeah,
it's just
right.
it's
That's
just
what
advanced
Sonny
form of
That's what I
swamp
said.
gas.
No, swamp gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like okay, I suppose so.
There's a couple for you, Sonny.
Yeah, and it's the thing is like, and then we're like left like, well, what do we do with that? I mean, it's really cool, but it's like, what are we supposed to do with this type of thing?
Ooh,
Right.
Something zooming through the sky. That was weird. I saw it.
Yeah, so that one, there's going to be something zooming from the left side of the screen to the middle, right
Here.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, something zooming through the sky. That was weird. I saw it swimming.
saw it swimming.
That was
That looks
incredible.
like it's
Whatever
moving
it
right
was,
now.
changed direction.
Yeah. Satellite.
Yeah, that's actually. He says that's not a satellite. He says that's an orb.
Oh, the one moving in the middle.
Yep, he said that one's also an orb, but then this other thing flies.
I thought he was filming something and seeing something.
Something zooming through the sky. That was weird. I saw it swimming.
So, who sent you this,
That was
Chad?
incredible.
This is directly from Josh Casey, and Josh Casey got it from Chris Bledsoe.
Man, that family is like so freaking.
What's
They have so much freaking like what is the word I'm looking for? So much like
They have a lot of
interaction with it, man.
Yeah.
Like they're really into it. Like that's freaking awesome, man.
Well, it's sort of like a I guess a family legacy or something. At least now it is.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, Chris
it's-
Senior is like healed people that come over there with.
Yeah. I mean, I've been listening to like a couple episodes of his podcast. It's pretty good. There are somewhere like they go off the rails and it just gets a bit wacky and silly, which is, pretty cool. But, that's not exactly what I go there for.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's interesting when he discusses his, I guess in a way, I guess they're sort of like, I guess our modern like UFO royalty type of thing. Because he knows that he comes from a very like paranormally affluent family, and he recognizes that, and you could tell that kind of thing, really weighs down on him. That anytime he comes up or says or does anything, it's going to be, heavily taken, like a lot heavier than anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine being raised in that freaking environment, when your daddy, was Chris Bledsoe.
Trees are burning from the inside out.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're around it all the time, and people think you're a weirdo, and they want to mess with you and talk shit about the way you are. But you overcome that. That's that's what his son did. Actually, he's actually doing quite well. He actually took it well.
I know.
That's.
Hope you drop porn in there, Chad.
What's
this next video you dropped in here, Chad?
This is at I think this is at Ryan's wedding rehearsal. Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. This is it. I could have filmed this at 15 minutes or 10 minutes ago.
I could have filmed this 10 minutes ago when we were watching it.
This is in the daytime still. The sun sets. This is at Ryan's wedding.
Now, what people don't get is that, everyone that's going to come in here that's a skeptic is going to say that looks like, it's just an airplane floating in the sky or a balloon. But if you took your phone right now and went outside during the day and tried to film an airplane or a balloon, it would have to be huge for it to look like that in your phone.
Yeah, on a camera, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or blink, some kind of blinking.
Yeah, they're just at Ryan's wedding rehearsal and hanging out. He said there's like a bunch of people there that's never seen it before.
Right on top of the trees. This is
Right on
for
top of
all
the
you
trees.
Bledsoe fans.
Yeah, I can understand where some people can make the argument that it's just a satellite because it's like straight and it's not really zigging or zagging or anything like that.
Mhm.
But from what I've seen, like satellites, I don't know. I think it would be like a little bit faster on the uptake.
Right.
I don't know. It could be. I mean, if someone wrote it off like that, I could understand that argument.
Yeah, I mean, until someone goes out, like I guess I could just do that, buy the brand new phone. I have a Pixel 5, so it's not the brand new one, but Pixel's known for having a decent camera. It would be cool to just go outside and be like, okay, this is the satellite that I'm tracking. I pulled it up on the app. You can pull it up on your app. This is the exact one that I'm tracking, and then we're going to take a video of it and just compare it and see, because it's probably not even visible.
Yeah, I guess that's why it's really important to like record the time and place.
Right.
So that way we could at least get a paper trail and actually track, with the satellite tracking apps to like be like, okay, that's what this is,
Right. Yep. Pretty interesting stuff.
So what are your experiences? Have you ever had any experiences, Chris Holm? I mean, have you ever seen anything yourself?
Yeah, I saw something once that was out of the ordinary for me. And it was on my podcast, I had interviewed a man named Jack Carroll. It was like a 3-part episode where me and him, we just talked about his experiences for a while, and he built himself in his backyard his own sky deck, and this thing is like amazing. It is huge. So we go in the back, and you know, because we're just hanging out, and every now we'll do like night watches and stuff like that, where we just just sit out there and watch stuff, and he'll point out like satellites and weird things, and he has like these high powered lasers that we use to aim and guide with, and then we have like night vision goggles, like the specific Russian kind that you're supposed to have. And we're like looking around, and I see a couple of weird things. Some of them, most of them, I can easily chalk them up to satellites. And then I look up in this one corner, and I actually see what looks like 3 lights just like spinning around each other in a sort of triangular pattern, like like one another. And I don't know, I mean, I'm pretty
like a grid kind of thing in the sky,
huh?
Like a grid kind of thing.
Yeah, like a triangular pattern. And there's these 3 lights just circling around each other in a triangular pattern, and I didn't know what it was. And something inside me, just said, just keep this to yourself type of thing. Just this feeling, because I'm sure if I told Jack and showed him, he probably would have flipped his shit and like, oh, that is so awesome. Or he would have like explained it like, oh, that's what this is type of thing. But I don't know what it was. And someone that I had known, like she also saw a similar thing, and I told her about it, because she had seen, something very similar of a sort of a pattern, and like lights, 3 or 4 lights just tracing around, like they're circulating type of thing, in this sort of geometric pattern.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the first and only time that I know that I've really seen anything that I could call a UFO.
Huh.
That's cool, man. That's
Yeah.
I mean,
Funny,
many
I
people
pulled up
have
a video.
experiences.
Does this have anything to do with what you're talking about, or this looks like they're all together?
Yeah,
except
super
the lights would be like tracing around as if it was tracing the edges of the triangle.
Oh, okay.
They would be moving around.
Yeah,
But
they try to
it's
find that off
that
with
sort of
drones
pattern.
and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
that sticks too close to each other and very like a pattern. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see that deal?
The sky leak. Oh,
Skull in the sky. Those were pretty close together, and
was it drones?
yeah.
Probably.
I've seen him do it.
What's up, Lewis?
What's up, fool? How you doing, brother? So,
I like
Chris,
that
man,
shirt.
yeah, I like it too. I got a question for you, Chris. I mean, what do you think? Or, I mean, like, I'm really intrigued of what, like, when I wake up sometimes and I think about certain things, I'm like, where do we come from? Like, what are we? Like, are you not trying to get a religious type deal, but are you religious, or do you believe like we came from something else? Like, where do we come from? Like, what do you think about our humanity? Like, who are we? Like, what do you think? I mean, have you ever heard of Anunnakis or actually like Sumerian history? Like, there's so much out there that it's alternating when it comes to who we are.
Yeah, you mean like I think you're talking about like the ancient astronaut theory type of stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. As my opinion on it is, I definitely think that there's a case that could be made. It's like, how did we shoot up from what we are, type of thing. Is and of course the most popular conjecture is that like somewhere along our line, an alien came down, fucked the monkey, and then we popped out, type of thing, and then we took over the world.
Exactly. Why is there still monkeys if we evolved from monkeys?
Well, they didn't get fucked. We did.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the thing is that I mean, as far as human history goes, I mean, I don't I don't know that we're actually being I don't know if we're being told or if we just don't know what the definitive truth is, because people like to make the conjecture that like, oh well, civilization has rise and fell like so many times, and there's so many relics of the past that we can't account for or don't know, like the Sphinx. Like the Sphinx, it has like water damage from like water erosion from like before the area there was a desert, and it's like most of it was buried, and it was just and the head was like repurposed. But even the head that was repurposed is like it has like extremely accurate leveling techniques and stuff like that seems even then like really advanced and stuff. How some like areas seem like freakishly advanced for some reason, and it's like there are just so many mysteries out there, and we're our modern science or whatever is so content to just label everything like, well, back then everybody was living in mud huts and shit like that, and eating their own turds.
That's not true.
And it's like well, I mean, we don't know how advanced stuff really was because we don't have any kind of record, or if there is a record, we have no idea how to discern it.
We're a species with amnesia. Pretty much.
Think of how we keep records now. We keep records through books, and everything is digital. When all that shit goes away, all that knowledge is going to be gone, and those books, they're going to rot away.
Huh?
They're going to rot away, and we don't chisel shit in stone anymore, and all our plastics are going to degrade and melt and stuff like that. So when some civilization finds one of our whatever the hell it is that we built to last, which probably isn't anything.
Yeah.
If they find anything, they're going to have like no idea how we did it or anything like that, Of course, I don't think that we're going to leave as good a record as previous
no. Yeah, we do everything
previous
online, and once all the printed pictures and all that are gone, we don't have anything else. It's all technology.
Even if they find our hard drives and our hard files and stuff like that, how they gonna figure out how to access?
That's like the pyramid. It was probably a hard drive or some shit like that.
Somebody
That's what I have to ask the question is, like, well, how do we know how these previous generations, these previous civilizations, how do we know how they did their record keeping? Because we don't know how they did this sort of thing, and it could be this really simple ass technique that we just haven't heard of it, that they have written down someplace, but whatever it is they wrote it down on is probably rotted away. Some shit like that. And
well, it's kind of the same way our shit's gonna be rotted away.
Yeah.
Like 10 million years from now, you think somebody's gonna be like, let me go check Chad Smith's fucking Facebook, his Instagram, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the Chad Smith Monday morning with Chad Smith or coffee time with that shit's gonna still be around.
I'm still gonna be drinking coffee.
It's infinite. Yeah.
Yep. Mornings with coffee. Mornings with coffee. Morning coffee with Chad.
Morning coffee with Chad.
I'll be keeping it going.
Is it morning for you? Like when you do your podcast, is it in the morning or no?
Yeah, I get out of work at 6 a.m, and then I rush home and try to have it fired up by 7.
He's a vampire, so we don't know about it.
And where are you at again?
I'm in Southeast Michigan, about 40 minutes west of Detroit.
I was gonna say Kepler 22, a different planet to me.
Yeah, is that
3 hours difference? Yeah.
It's 7 o'clock here now.
Yep. It just turned 10 o'clock.
Yep, 10 o'clock here too. So we're like in the future. You guys are in the past.
That's right.
You think about it,
That's right, man. California's so laid back and slow. It takes us a while to catch you guys.
California's got like smog. You gotta check your car. You guys like have some bullshit fucking laws over there, man.
Any way to collect.
Sorry, I don't mean to hate you. I'm sorry, I mean to hate your state, but man, like I would never in
California.
I would fucking cut my nuts off before I moved to fucking California. I'll tell you that.
I don't mean to
I'll
hit
tell you what.
anything, but it's,
we pretty much
right in with most of them in
right.
the city.
Yeah. We stay away from the bullshit for the most part.
You guys had the fucking Terminator as a fucking governor. What kind of shit is that? You know.
He didn't do too bad of a job.
Well,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rest
this one
of
stuff
the
was
actors,
normal.
Right. I know the rest of them aren't actors too.
Oh, who was running? Like, what was like Caitlyn Jenner?
Caitlyn, oh, I know. That was an embarrassment.
That tells you.
I mean, not that it's just we had so many people running in that election, and it was so a joke.
Oh.
It was 10 of them, and there was one that was a porn star, one that was some dude that had been arrested for like assaulting 4 or 5 different of his wives, stuff like that. It was an embarrassment for sure.
That'll happen.
Yeah, I really don't think I answered the question, Lewis. I think I just rambled like an idiot.
Yeah, you kind of, I'll be honest, you kind of fucking did, man. Come on, Chris, don't slack.
Shit. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that we're some unique variant of something that just managed to thrive, whether that was put there by aliens or we just did it of our own initiative. I would prefer to believe that we did it of our own initiative. That we're just like a really successful monkey of some sort, because there's so much that we can do, because I don't know if I'm in the camp of we can't explain it, therefore aliens, because we're pretty ingenious people, I mean, I can see where we can like be inspired by aliens, but I don't think they helped us with everything. I mean, just look at right now. They ain't helping us with shit.
Well, they kind of gave us
majority of our problems. We can figure that shit out, but we don't do it because, legislation and all that shit from other people that want to keep us down.
The aliens are listening to this right now, and they're up there diverting meteors left and right, like trying to save the planet. And Chris is like, look at this shit. They're not helping us with anything. They're up there. Are you kidding me right now? I'm trying.
Right. We're fighting off all these things that could be killing you all right now.
We had 5 Earth rulers.
Either they give up on it, either they give up on us, or we're just like a zoo to them and they're just watching us. They're just sitting there like, let's see what happens. Let's see what they're gonna do. It's more like, if you put like, like some fish, like, okay, cichlids, you put them in a freaking tank, and you see, like, let's see what eats what, you know what I'm saying? What happens if you throw different species of fish in a tank? You put aggressive and domestic fish in there, or community fish, I'm sorry, and you'll see what happens. That's pretty much what this world is, let's see what happens, like pretty much. I think like this is a zoo, I say that a lot, but
nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. We're all
and I'll say this much, diverting the meteors doesn't lower my gas prices, so fuck them.
Well, Brandon raised your prices, how Brandon does things, and he fell asleep, over there, made it look kind of like, hey, America needs to take a nap,
I'm good ass video.
Sorry. That guy.
No,
I don't want to talk
politics,
politics.
I'm in the same boat, but it's like, yeah. This
is not the show for politics, but god damn, man, our president is so sleepy. Like, he's just so tired, like, what's going on? Like, we look weak, man.
What
like,
Papa Willie
what
say?
we do as a country. Papa Willie said he's gonna cut some trees down and put them in little mason jars. That's what he was talking about. And sell them to elves.
Elves.
No, I seen some memes and stuff that said he crapped his pants. Is that true? Is that supposed to be a real deal, or is that just some made up stuff trying to make it look
I wouldn't
bad?
be surprised if he did.
No, it's not that. They're just making fun of him. I mean, like, you gotta understand, man. This guy is unfortunately, I kind of feel bad for the guy, not
I do too. He's old
You know,
and he has Alzheimer's, I think.
he's pretty much a puppet for the Democratic Party. You know, now we're gonna get into this. Might as well. This is what's going on. You know, I think Obama is pretty much running the country again, if you really think about it. You know, because Kamala, where the fuck is she at? You know, she's nowhere around. You know, we don't really have a freaking. Everything is. You notice, I'm independent. I don't believe in Democratic. The day that we don't have Democratic or Republican parties, I think it would be better off. I think we should just vote for somebody that actually cares about our country, you know, and actually is there for us, you know. But what's happening now is somebody's running the country and it's not him. It's just the way I look at it.
I mean, I can kind of see that, and yeah, and I mean, I know the Pope is supposed to be awesome, but if I met him, I don't think I'd shit my pants. But hey, I've never met him. Who knows? I just might. But the thing is that, you know, I mean, I remember during the Bush era and stuff like that. It's like all the right wing conservatives were gloating about how, you know, like, yeah, we're awesome, we slam dunk, and what they do, they sat on their hands for like 8 years and didn't do shit. And it's like, you know, and there's just, I mean, the way that we're running, it's like it's a different world now, and you know, we're like unprotected and stuff like this because there are like new threats and all that shit. And it's like now we have like corporate interests are dictating everything instead of, you know, what the people want, you know, just everything that's governing like the lockdowns right now and like stuff. It's all corporate interests. And
it feels to me like we're not like America anymore. We're not Americans. Like we're just like, we're not like free. Like everything is like mandated and everything is like, oh, what did he say the other day? My patience is getting thin with you guys if you don't get fucking vaccinated. Have you guys been vaccinated?
Yeah, I have.
Is this live on YouTube?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have no problem getting it, but the thing is that, you know, if other people do or don't, you know, it's like
exactly. You said it.
It's like, what does that have to do with me? You know, because you know, if I took care of mine and it's supposed to work. Here's one of the conundrums that I don't get. And I'll just step on this once. Is whenever, you know, a vax person gets sick, they blame unvaxxed people. Yet, you know who the unvaxxed people are because they're like CrossFit people. You don't have to ask; they'll tell you. You know, and it's like, and everybody's gone through hoops and hurdles to segregate them. Yeah, they've gone through all these steps to segregate themselves from the unvaxxed people, to have like zero contact with them, by shutting them out of their lives, by shutting them out of their social media, by shutting them out of everything else, you know. And it's like,
that doesn't seem too healthy.
Well, how are you getting sick then? Like from who? How can you blame someone for your illness when you've had zero contact with them? When you've had zero contact with these people that you're blaming for your illness and stuff like that. And it's just, you know, it's I don't see how that computes type of thing. Because, you know, you can like regulate your life now where you don't have to come in contact at all. And these are people that are shutting themselves in. They order all their food through the food apps and stuff like this. Mm-hmm. They don't have contact with anybody, you know, yet except who they deemed, you know, the worthy. And yet when they get ill, it's like, well, you've never had contact with anybody that you deemed unworthy. But still, it's these so-and-so unworthies, like, oh, it's all their fault that this happened. These people who I have zero contact with, it's their fault that this misfortune, you know, fell upon me, type of thing. I don't know. It's just a little quirk that I kind of get upset about.
So how do you feel about Fauci, man? Is he like, you know, like, what do you think? He should. I believe that fucker should be in jail.
Yeah, I mean,
did you hear about the Beagle thing?
Oh yeah, the puppies. And the thing is, you know, we lose our shit for dogs and all that stuff, and it's like when that's not even putting a dent in him. You know, it just shows how in it, you know, the mainstream is to protect, is in it to protect this guy, and it just it does really get on my nerves, you know, because it's like, I mean, this guy has done stuff, you know, he's broken the law supposedly several times, but he's never going to see a day in jail. You know, he did gain a function research, and then when he's caught red-handed, Google just changes the definition of what gain of function means. I mean, they pretty much just change, and it's and it's this shifting of the goalposts that really gets me. It's like they're even changing the definition of vaccine and all these stuff, and I think this one lady, she got into an online debate and she lost because she misused the word racism. So she actually wrote to the dictionary people and had them change it so that she was using it correctly, so that she could win her little debate and stuff like that. And it's just obnoxious, you know.
Wow.
I mean,
I don't think Chad
type of things.
I don't think Chad ever knew about the whole puppy beagle thing. Do you know about that, Chad?
Oh, what's the puppy beagle thing? How about?
So supposedly, well, for what I hear is true, they were taking the whole Fauci thing. They were taking like beagles and cutting their freaking vocal cords and putting them in like freaking boxes and letting freaking sand fleas eat their faces and stuff like that, experiments and stuff.
What?
Look it up.
How random is that? Why would they do that?
They were doing all kinds of crazy stuff with beagles and all kinds of crazy stuff.
What's
with
up,
dogs.
Race fan?
What's up, fool?
You're not gold in this chat.
But yeah,
I don't even know what that was for either. What the research was for either, because as far as I know, I don't think they really got anything from it. From what I've heard,
true. Like they actually put freaking dogs, cut their freaking.
No, I don't doubt it. I've seen.
And they actually put them. They put their faces inside a freaking box and let freaking sand fleas eat the freaking dogs from the inside out. It's freaking nuts, man.
Yeah. And I can't stand like a lot of those animal rights groups like PETA and stuff like that. But it's like, well, where the hell are they? You know, nowhere.
No,
because they're fucking loyal to the cause.
Exactly. It's all about that money. It's kind of like a pimp, you know. You got to be loyal to me, right, Sonny?
That's right.
Man, I think I've been getting off on too many side chats and rants. So sorry, guys. I expected to come in here, talk spooky shit and aliens and shit
that's
like
what
that.
we're going to talk about. I was going to ask you. You know what's crazy? Like Russia actually tells the residents, like, you know, like, hey, there's stuff out there, but us in the United States, we hide it from each other, or the government hides it from us. And, you know, like, I don't understand why, like, Russia actually does that. It'll be like, hey, we've seen this. There is stuff out there. We know there's UFOs out there, but United States wants to keep us hidden from it. Like, they're like, no, nothing exists. You know, they put out that report recently. I forgot what it was called. But then they just beat around the bush. Like, our country just beats around the bush when it comes to UFO or ufology stuff, you know?
Yeah. And the other countries, I think they've had their own disclosures as well.
Disclosure, that was a word, yes.
Their own crash. I think something came out recently that people are, you know, getting all a buzz about. I really haven't looked into it because, you know, I mean, I hate to admit it, but UFOs aren't my thing. What is my thing is aliens and shit like that. You know, the people who are in the UFOs, you know, that's what gives me a boner. But as far as the crafts and stuff like that, you know, I'm not that big on it. But and the mystery around it, you know, it's just it takes a lot to keep me awake. You know, but a lot of that stuff, I'll just let the UAP people handle it, and then I'll listen in on the highlights and see what they say about it.
So what kind of different? Go ahead. I'm
experiencers and contactees, that's my bread and butter. Is talking to experiencers, talking to contactees, people who have been abducted and stuff like that. People who claim to have had frontline experiences with the beings and such, that's who I talk to.
Do you have any like knowledge on like different like species when it comes to aliens, like the Palladians, the reptilians, pretty much the Greys? I mean, what do you know about all that? Like there's so many species out there that that supposedly exist. So,
Yeah.
what is your knowledge on that?
Well, I mean, as far as the lore comes down from it, from what I've seen, I mean, I think most of the consensus is that we can go across, multiple experiencers who have had similar experiences that line up with each other. And then there are some people who just, I guess they're lucky and everyone comes to talk to them. Like R. Keith Andrews, who he's going to be on like later tonight on SOR. Yeah, it's they all come down and talk to him. And I think Samantha Mowat, they come down, they talk to her too.
She's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how like they get to have all the fun stuff, and it's like the rest of us, we got to pick up the scraps. But it's the sort of thing where it intrigues me so much, and I'm so curious about it, and I just want to figure it out.
Likewise.
And all those aliens and stuff, I mean, as far as the ones that have commonalities, those are the ones that I really gravitate towards. That there's commonalities among different experiencers and other things of that nature. I think it's like we know what the Greys are, right? We've all know when we talk about the Greys, we all have that archetype that pops in our heads.
Right.
Well, supposedly they're more like kind of like droids or something like that.
Yeah, something of that nature.
They're just like they're workers,
yeah, and
just out here to do the work for another species, maybe.
Yeah, and the thing is, one of the theories that I'm kicking around is, I believe that all these guys out here that there's some sort of gray starter kit that they all sell. Someone sells a gray starter kit to these guys. I don't know who that is, but it's obviously they're picking up the same kit and growing their own grays, because a lot of these other races, they'll have their own subsect of grays that resemble them. It's like they plug it in, like whatever it is, into the gray box, and then it poops out a gray, because there's been grays that have had reptilian variants. There's some that have had I want to say like insectoid
Nordics
type variant. I think some of the, I don't know if the Nordics have their own, but they work with them. So maybe like someone else's. I think it was the Travis Walton experience where he like ran into some squishy marshmallow grays, and then they ran off, and then the Nordics, I guess they came in, and claimed his ass. And I think he ran into some others. I don't know if it was the mantis type or I think he ran into a third type, I believe. And there's some other people that run the claims that that they see like cross pollination of some of these experiencers, like seeing different types of aliens in in their experiences, like and some people even describe seeing Bigfoot and stuff like that, Bigfoot S-type creatures on the spaceships. And one of the ongoing lore, I think, is that the Bigfoots they're picked up and used as sort of like workers for the Greys. Like, I guess they're like heavy. I guess they use them as the heavies or whatever it is.
Those are Wookiees.
Yeah.
I guess. You ever heard of like actually like the theory that we actually were after Bigfoot? Like what it was like they were like Bigfoot was made to mine gold and minerals, different kind of things like gold and stuff like that, and we actually
like there's some type of progenitor species,
and actually that's why they're still around, and you can actually that's why they smell like sulfur, because they still hide in caverns and caves, and that's why they're so elusive. Now, and after that, I believe I'm sorry, what I think it's like, from what I've read, actually we were made after that DNA wise to actually, because they were like, man, these freaking Bigfoots are fucking stupid. They're just, they're as smart as we want them to be. And actually, they actually made them. They made us because we're a little bit smarter, and they actually mix us our DNA with another DNA and actually made us more humble and more controllable. And we were slaves back in the days. If you really think about or start reading Sumerian history, I don't know if you know anything about that, Chris Holmes. You know anything about Sumerian history?
No, I probably would have. It probably would have been briefly glanced over with me. I definitely need the refresher.
Yeah, they were actually like, the Sumerians were actually like the first found intellectual civilization for mankind. They were the ones that invented math and everything. Like, I don't recall right now what they did because it's been so long since I actually did that research, but they're actually, I believe that's where we came from. Actually we came from the Sumerian bloodline, but that's just something that I think.
Yeah, I have heard the theory of Bigfoot being a progenitor, and that's why when people find evidence and it comes back as too human, well, how do they know that if maybe the Bigfoots have human DNA in them, and that's what it's not tainted, it's just an extension of what they are, that they are a human type of thing, but that goes into stuff that goes way over my head. So
yeah, maybe we're alternate Bigfoots with no hair, pretty much. Like, that's what we are. They were like, man, let's just make a different creature.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're into
same thing.
Sorry,
what's that, Papa Willie?
Like a different evolution of the same thing.
Yeah, something along those lines, like,
or different
like
test
they were
tube,
test tube A, we're test tube B type of thing.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, alternate freaking beings. Maybe
I mean, in the Native American lore, they said that some of the Bigfoots would take human wives and shit like that.
Yeah,
and, really? and I wouldn't be surprised if it was flipped around. Yeah, who knows if some guy went hard up into the woods and got him from some Bigfoot booty.
Imagine that.
Because
I can imagine it. Hammering belts in the
Sonny. I thought Sonny was the guy that's gonna go around finding some Bigfoot booty, man. I remember I used to always text him back in the day.
We thought it was a Miami chick.
Before I met Sonny, I thought he was out there trying to get some Bigfoot booty because he used to always go camping and stuff, and he was looking for Bigfoot.
Still do.
So I was like, yeah, he out there trying to get some Bigfoot booty.
That's right. That's
what Sonny does. He was that hairy bush.
I got a Bigfoot bitch up there.
Well, I mean, we've all seen the Patterson Gimlin film, and those big Mrs. Bigfoot, they're packing. They're thick.
They're thick. Yeah. A little thick old girl, huh?
Mm.
Man, that's crazy though.
Yeah.
So Trent, what you got on this?
And as far as then that takes us into the hybrid theories, where we get into the alien hybrids and stuff like that. That stuff intrigues the hell out, like the
hybridization program.
The gene, what is her name? Gina Roscoe.
Geraldine Orozco.
Yeah. I keep forgetting how to say her name. She was on one of the episodes of the Demi Lovato thing, and she showed off some of her paintings of her hybrid children. And I don't know what to make of that, but it does intrigue the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like the whole hybridization program. There's stuff about it that doesn't make sense to me. I guess I'm trying to understand it from the aliens' perspective, but I guess I don't know how they, figure this shit out. And it's they're supposed to be super advanced, but they don't understand emotion or something like that. So they try to milk that sort of affection out of us by artificially creating it or something of that nature. And,
that's
and it's
crazy.
just
Imagine that getting milk. I wonder if Chad Smith's ever been milked.
What was that? Again, are we live on YouTube?
No.
That's where he gets the cream from for his coffee from.
For his
That's
coffee,
right.
he gets milk.
Chad
right.
milk.
Well, if you really think about, like, have any of you guys ever heard about Nephilims?
Nephilims? No.
No, Nephilims are actually the giants. They were like bred like from human and angels. They were actually made. That's where Shaq came from.
Yes.
Like, actually, you know what I'm saying? Like supposedly, like
This is
tall
home planet.
people.
Yeah,
Like when I see tall people, I'm like, you got Nephilim blood in you, bro. Because actually, that's where it came from. You know, like I'm like short, so it's like Sonny. I don't know how tall you are, Chad, but like I see people. You got like 2 inches above me. But anyways, like like tall people, like there's been people that have been like 7 foot tall, almost 8 foot tall. Like supposedly that's like a Nephilim gene that it's in them. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like Shaq and all these tall people, it's actually all right. They're tough guys. All right.
5'11".
But supposedly Nephilims are like a gene that comes with angels, back in the days, which actually were Anunnaki supposedly bred with humans,
Yeah, I've heard that. I think there's some pushback on that term for the Nephilim because I mean, like not like to sort of try to separate Nephilim from giants, because the giants are sort of their own thing, but the Nephilim, the term, is supposed to mean specifically like men of great renown. So we're talking the demigogic figures like Hercules and Thor and shit like that. The guys who like they had all that DNA and stuff. They could go out there and kick that ass, and and they were the ones that would come down and beat the fuck out of the giants. But they were still giants, and I guess that the pushback in the community is that they're trying to sort of separate, make sure that Nephilim doesn't mean giants specifically, that they refer to that like specifically as the the men of renown, like the heroic noble birth types that we see in our legends. And the giants, it's like not to take away from them, but they're still these great figures, like we have was it the guy in the Bible, Goliath in the Bible, and I'm sure that there are more. And as far as from what I've heard of from some people who talk to me and stuff like that, their giants supposed to be like everywhere, like the giant of Kandahar and stuff like that. And it's really intriguing. It's really cool. And
I know. Imagine
I just want to dig up some more on that.
Imagine you walk up and it's like a dude is like 8 foot tall. Be like, "What's up, bro?" Like,
and there's some stuff where, I have to sort of, my inner skeptic is like, I don't know about such and such, because as far as I think I don't know how big, our skeletal structure could get, versus how gravity works. That there's like a limit to giantism.
How big we can get.
Yeah. And because you see when those guys, when they get afflicted with giantism, they have all these health problems when they reach a certain size. I was going
to bring that up. Yeah, you're right.
But if it's like another different species, then they should have a limit as well, because it's just how our it's like the reason why we don't have giant dinosaurs anymore is because of how our air, something in the air limits it just, I think there's like a chemical balance in the air that we can't support large animals anymore. I mean, I think the largest land animal we have is the elephants and shit like that.
Maybe it's a frequency difference.
Yeah. I don't know if I think it's some sort of air chemical thing.
Right.
And there's also like a weight ratio to how much mass can be supported by bones before those bones break under the pressure of it.
Well,
because
if you've noticed how much like humans have changed, like if you look at the cars from the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, how small, I mean, you know, they were because actually, like we were smaller then than we are now. And
yeah, we
I'm
are.
not, when I'm in the United States.
Yeah, we are.
United
We are
States.
technically getting taller and shit like that.
And fatter,
I mean,
of course.
Yeah, fatter too. But we are getting taller. But I don't know if we're exceeding our height limit. But as far as the giants
grown.
and stuff, yeah. As far as the giants and stuff like that, I think when the air was composed differently, then yeah, we could have those really, really giant, excessive, like we see in the dinosaur bones, like the T-Rex and stuff like that. You know, unless of course those dinosaurs, unless they're bullshit, you know, based on.
Do you actually believe in that?
I'm trying to look into it. I don't know what that is.
What's that?
The dinosaurs are bullshit.
I mean, it's there.
Yeah,
you think
but
somebody just
because
put it there, like some guy back in the fucking millions of years.
Because it's historic and stuff like that. I don't know. I think there's some talk about it, and I don't know what to make of it, but it's something to look into. And that's one of those, more out there conspiracies.
Yeah, what would they say? What's the argument for it? Like, what would be the motivation behind faking?
Let's see. And that's where I run into the stuff like, how does this computer type of thing, where like one of the arguments is, well, these two guys started the bone wars, and there were supposedly things that they were faking it, that they just manufactured those skeletons and stuff like this, because supposedly every single, skeleton that we see out there is a recreation, which I'm totally fine with, because I don't want the original, whatever the hell it is, getting out there on display, because it would get damaged and shit like that. And that's like historical significance and crap like that. But and I guess this is an argument that I'm really questioning, which is why I really want to dig into it deeper, is that they say that the bones are radioactive or shit like that. That's the pro dinosaurs are bullshit argument, is that the bones are radioactive somehow, or at least that's what they tell us. So that way they can't be examined or something of that nature, and I'm like, wait, how does that make sense? If they're radioactive, then wouldn't the sediment and all that stuff around them be, radioactive as well? And since most of them are like fossilized and stuff like that, that's not even the bone. That's like hardened sediment in there. It's replaced, the bones themselves. And I don't know. It's one of those things where I really don't know that much about it. But
there's a show. There's a show on TV on I think Discovery or something like that. That it shows those guys digging those bones up, and I've never heard of any of them getting sick. And they're a bunch of Okies. It's from like Texas or something like that.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, what is the argument there? That's why I need to dig into it to figure out more about what that sort of what that is coming from. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's
it's something I'd like to check out like later on, and just to see what that's about.
Oh, Chris, I posted in the chat. I posted
see that there.
Yeah, that's the title for a pretty good podcast I listened to.
I've gotten into dinosaurs never existed before, and there's only so many that have ever been put together all the way, right?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the. I think that's one of the arguments is like, well, there's never a complete skeleton, therefore.
Yeah, they just predict certain bones in the body, and a lot of people say too that it's dragons.
And how do we know that it's even being put together right, type of thing?
Right.
Hey guys, I got someone else backstage, and I know if we keep him waiting, he's gonna just leave. let me bring him in real quick. It is the one and only Dave Scott.
Oh, cool.
How's it going, Dave?
What's up, Dave Scott?
Fully happy, fully enjoyed, and fully Chad Smith.
Well, that's good.
Are you the real Dave Scott? Are you an imposter?
I don't know. How's that lip blade?
It's good, man. It's growing largely. It's beautiful.
Can someone please say, speaking of dinosaurs, so that way I don't get shit for making the joke?
Ouch.
Speaking of dinosaurs, Chris.
That's the goat.
He can do that. It wasn't me. It was Chad Smith. It wasn't me.
You said Dave Scott is a dinosaur? Damn, bro. What would you say
I didn't
that?
make the connection. Chad Smith did.
We got to find this Chad Smith guy.
I mean, I know
Luckily, he's got the wrench.
Chad Smith, but geez, you know.
What's up, Dave?
Nothing. Smithy there told me that I had to get my ass on here, so I guess here I am.
Hey, I didn't say that. Oh, wait. When did I say that? I think I told you to get your ass on there a little while ago, but I think that might have been a different.
I would have come on earlier, but I had to update my website because I'm going away this weekend. Normally, I update my website on Saturdays. So,
what's up with the offering, man? Have you done it? You say you're going to do it.
Done what?
The offering. The offering. You were supposed to go out in the woods and do another offering.
I haven't got out there yet. I haven't got out there. Hopefully next weekend.
Yeah, man, you got to do it. Let us know. Keep us posted. I love that. That especially when you talked about that. The whole thing that happened when you went out there and everything got moved. That was pretty awesome, man. I don't know, Chris. You know that story about him when he went out there?
Yeah. I've been following that for quite a while.
Okay. That's why I'm like so.
I love what you guys have done with the website. It's so much easier for me to keep up on who's coming. That's what I love.
Thank you, Chris.
Knowing that way that like, hey, now I know to catch this and to catch this and stuff like this. I cannot wait for the R. Keith Andrews tonight. That is going to be so cool.
He's a nut bar. I love it. Honestly, Keith takes a lot of guff for the things he talks about, and it always amazes me how mean this community is at times, because if you ever met R. Keith Andrews, and I've known him for a number of years and we've hung out together a few times, he is literally one of the nicest human beings you've ever met, and doesn't have a mean bone in his body, doesn't have a wrongful thing to say about anybody, but because of the way he looks and because of the sound of his voice and because of the topics he discusses, everybody, well, I shouldn't say everybody, that's wrong, but there's a number of people out there who absolutely try to, slice his throat, so to speak, as a bullshitter and as a liar about his experiences. And, I stick up for him. I feel like I have to be his bodyguard a little bit because I just love the guy. And he's not one to, this is a guy literally has been bullied his entire life, and he's doing something that he loves. And sure, he's weird. Sure, he's strange. Sure, we make a little bit of fun of him, on the show, but it's all in good love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I felt about him too, man. When I found out his coffee maker didn't work, I was like, we got to get this man a coffee maker.
He's probably going through hell, man.
Yeah.
The man without his coffee.
Yeah, earlier in the show, we were talking about contactees and those that these aliens seem to come on out for. And he's one of the, few individuals out there who's had like a plethora of experiencers of cross races and stuff like that, which is, which led to one of his books, The Races of the World and stuff like that. And it's a very unique thing that a lot of these people can have these experiences coming out that transcend more than one, species or type of experience. And, he's one of the few people out there that has more than one species that he deals with. And it's very rare to see that, because usually we have to, in the research, when we hear commonalities, it's usually like, similar people having experiences, and then we line it up like, oh, that is similar to, this person's experience and stuff like that. But he's one of the very few out there who has like a large smorgasbord of experiences across different types, which is very interesting.
It is very interesting.
He can fill a lot of time up. He can talk. He's pretty good at talking. I like it. I follow him on YouTube, and he uploads every day. So
Yeah,
I usually
I follow
start my
some
day
of
with
those too.
him.
Yeah, my favorite part is when he starts talking D&D, and you can see Dave Scott's eyes roll up, and he starts to tune out. No, I'm just teasing you, buddy.
Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind. You tease away. You tease away. Not everybody can be Lou Montez's mustache, you know.
Nobody could be your white beard. It looks like it gets whiter every day, man. Come on.
I am
It's like
blending in with the winter camouflage.
It's like you're getting Jurassic Scott, man. Come on, dude.
Jurassic Scott.
You're getting older, man. Wiser and older, man. You know, that's what you're doing, dude. You know? I don't know how you do it. I think it's because you do it 7 days a week. No, I'm sorry, 5 days a week. That's why, like, you know, you're aging. You know, you look like Noah now. That's what I'm gonna call you, Noah Scott now.
Noah Scott.
Hey, I know Scott.
Hey,
I know
Noah
a Scott.
I got. Hey, Dave, you ever see that one? What was the movie? Oh, it was like I got 15 10 commandments. What was that movie? When he drops the 5 commandments up. Oh man, I forgot it. I'll let you know.
Was that the Mel Brooks one, The History of the World or something like that?
Yeah. It's
I got
Mel Brooks.
Got 10 commandments.
I got 10 commandments. That's Dave Scott. He dropped 5 of our commandments. Damn it, Scott. Why would you do that?
Oh, I do it just to bug you.
I know that. You tickle my freaking mustache. When are you gonna do the offering, dude? Come on, man. You've been saying it for the last month. You've been slacking.
Hopefully next week I'll be able to get out there. You know, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed. I got to do it soon because the snow is going to start flying here soon, and I got to be able to get into that area before the snow flies. Because once the snow starts, it's a dead area.
Make sure you take a GoPro. Dave, take a GoPro.
A whole lot where you're at. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, baby.
Yeah. It snows a lot where you live?
Yeah.
It doesn't snow at all here.
We'll probably get 2-3 feet of snow, and then it melts, and then we'll get another 2-3 feet. Then it melts, and about where my gifting sites are, there could be 5 to 7 feet of snow there.
Oh man.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah. So take a GoPro. Don't take a Polaroid, man. Come on, old school.
Video at all.
He's got one of those things he blows on the picture. Remember that? And you know, you print out.
Polaroid.
Polaroid. Yeah, man. Take the GoPro, dude. You know, don't take that little bullshit that you had back in the day.
I tell you what I did buy today. I bought a FLIR camera.
Did you
What's
really?
That?
I want one of those.
I found one really, really cheap on Facebook Messenger. Or not Messenger, Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And so the guy's sending it to me, and hopefully he didn't rip me off. That's for sure.
That's all I brought up cameras. What is that? What is a
the FLIR does the infrared? Is that right? Yeah. Or heat signatures?
Yeah, infrared, forward-looking infrared.
That's neat.
That's awesome. It's a handheld when it's not the adapter for your phone, right? It's
handheld like a gun.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
that's badass, man.
Infrared gun.
Yeah. The guy bought it in January, and then he quit his job where he needed it to start another career. So he's like, it's just sitting here doing nothing. I said, well, the real reason why I wanted was I want to go use it to try. I said, I go look for Sasquatch, and he's like, dude, this is perfect for you.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome, man.
Have you had sightings before, Dave Scott?
I've seen 2.
Twice? That's cool.
Yeah, that was at the same time. They were like within 100 feet of us.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It was the same time. It was the same trip or whatever.
Yeah. No, this was like 2013.
Okay.
So
I think that
were they huge?
Number one thing I'm jealous about is Dave Scott's actually seen other beings when he was with Samantha. Like, I don't know if you guys know about that. Yeah, that was awesome. That story you told us. Like, I wish I would. I don't know. Like, you were like dumbfounded by that.
Yeah.
Like, when you
If I
saw
could
that.
ask, real quick, how many different species types do you think you've had encounters with so far?
5.
Wow.
Four different types of grays, and then that tall one in the forest.
Yeah, because we were discussing earlier that I got this theory that the grays are just a starter kit that people just buy on their way into the galaxy or some shit. Because there are so many different types of grays.
That's the
Like,
stock. What you get.
yeah. Like, what variants of gray did you encounter? If you want to expand on that.
Carl was a very
Yes.
he was a very large-headed gray, but it was
Peeping
like
Tom.
you could see his cheekbones. You could see like right around here the bone, like it was real bony around his eyes, and then like just the slit for the mouth and a real tight chin. I was maybe 7 feet away from him, if that, when he was staring in my window while I was broadcasting the show.
What was he trying to?
At your home?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What was he trying to become? What was he saying? I forgot.
He didn't say anything.
I thought you said he
was just standing on the other side of the window watching me.
And so you named him Carl.
Oh, what else do you supposed to name him?
No, I'm saying he didn't say, hello, my name is Carl.
And the other types?
I actually thought he said that to you. Hi,
If I
I'm
can
Carl.
ask.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Talked to you before.
The tall one I saw in the forest with Samantha. We believe that was an Andromedan. The ones a couple months later after Samantha, when I woke up on the table, they were like your short, petite, like 3.5, 4 foot grays, kind of looking like the children's
kids, huh?
Yeah. There was the one where my wife and I got taken onto craft, and I woke up and I saw this one kind of running away from me, and it was one of those ones that you kind of its body is here and then its neck protrudes and then the head's on the neck. You know, that was kind of weird. He was tiny too, like maybe 3.5 feet.
Wow.
There was the one I woke up. I only have a snippet of this one. This one, it almost looked like the aliens on South Park, you know, like with the big eyes and the very face. And I remember hitting one of them.
Wow.
They felt
so you and your wife have the same experience with that and everything?
Only the once.
You said that you got taken, like abducted?
With her, yeah.
Oh, with
That's
her.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I thought
crazy.
that was by itself.
Were you scared?
No, they took him out to dinner.
Well, I was about to say something. The server Waffle House does not count as an encounter, okay, Dave?
That one where I got taken with my wife was not a pleasant experience. That was probably my worst experience that I can recall.
Wow.
The weirdest experience I had was I got taken one night. I didn't want to be taken, and I was yelling at them. And the next thing I know, I wake up 2 to 3 feet above my bed, and I'm falling back into my bed, and my arms flailed. You know, like when you're falling, your arms kind of go like that. And as my left hand flailed, it smacked my wife right on her back, waking her up.
Ooh.
And she's like, what? And she was like, what the fuck, dude? And I'm like, I just got dropped. I said, oh my God, I just got dropped back into bed. Right?
No breakfast. No breakfast for dinner for you, Dave Scott. That's what she said.
That's
crazy.
scary.
Asserting that dominance.
There's different weirdness though. Like I remember a few weeks ago, I woke up and she was like, how do you feel? And I'm like, tired. She goes, "Were you gone last night?" I'm like, "I don't think so. Was I?" She goes, "I just got the feeling you were taken last night." Right?
Hmm.
So that's kind of
fair.
weird.
Sensed it, and neither of you knew it for sure. She just sensed it.
Yeah.
Huh. You said that when the one that left you after you were abducted, and you said it was a small guy. Did he look evil or look bad in any way, or did
No,
he just?
he was ugly, but he wasn't. He
So
paid no attention to me.
So the experience that was bad didn't really have anything to do with him, the alien that took you.
Oh,
was
it
your
had
own.
everything to do with him.
Oh, it did. So you just couldn't tell by looking at him that he was bad.
I promised him one day I will get my revenge.
Oh wow.
Hell.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, Dave.
Yeah.
For when it comes to me, like I have dreams daily, and they're so vivid. Do you believe like that's something like actually I meet people I've never met in my dreams? Like they're so, like I actually wake up and I'm like, wow, like I've actually tasted food, somewhere when I was sleeping. Like I don't know, like I mean, it's like I don't know if there's something like every night, like like I've hung out with like people that like I hung out with Snoop Dogg the other day in my dream. That was pretty cool. Like I have so much vivid dreams. Like I don't know if there's like a dimension that dreams.
It could
I don't
be.
know if like
I do
maybe
too.
like I get taken. I don't know if I get taken into a different dimension by these beings or something, or by another another freaking I don't know. I don't know. Like it's always so crazy because it's always like a dream like that I have all the time. I'm like, man, I wake up or I try to go back to sleep, and when I'm still awake, I can see people. I can see visions, like stuff like game shows or something stupid. I don't know. I'm just saying, like I just see stuff all the time. Even like I try to go back to sleep, I'll see people's faces I've never seen before, or I will see activities I've never seen before, and then I fall asleep. It's just like I'm there. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if that counts as abductions, or I don't know if like you get a sleep abduction. I don't know. Have you ever heard of a sleep abduction?
You can tell the difference between when it's just a dream and when it feels really real. Like
it's so my dreams are so real. I think it's like I get sleep abducted. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but I feel like it's sleep abductions to me all the time. Like the worst one is when you try to punch somebody and you hit them and you can't knock them down.
Yeah.
Like you just like you fire like you can't hit them.
Yeah, Lewis. Sometime you and me got to go down this dream rabbit hole because I got some dream stories I could swap with you. And also with as far as the punching people, I figured out a way around it. You grab them and you throw them.
Hey, throw them down and
that works.
Try to sock them. It's the socking that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's the punching that doesn't work, but you can toss their asses.
Yeah,
I figured that out.
I have not got to that point yet.
Yeah. So you can lucid dream and make yourself do what you're doing in the dream, right?
Yeah. Like the one that really gets me is like I remember being at a buffet and eating and actually tasting the food, and I woke up in the middle of the dream and I could still taste what I was eating in the freaking dream. Like that's something that always to this day, that's something that haunts me, man. Like I remember it was like a buffet and I was like peach cobbler and I was eating like pork chops, but then I woke up, I ate the peach cobbler and I woke up and I tasted peaches and I did not eat peaches that night. Like it's just something that like I don't know, man. Like what the fuck, like
no, I know what you mean. I had a dream one time that I had a big ass vampire sucking on my leg, and I woke up and there was a big ass mosquito on me biting me. And I smacked in the middle of the dream. I was dreaming that I was like a vampire had got a hold of my leg, and then I wake up and I was like, what the fuck? Slapped the mosquito.
I've had a few
vampire.
Right.
Yeah, I've had a few dreams that I'm very certain it's my psyche, like translating, however I'm dealing with stress, just in a way that I would most understand it. And then I've had dreams where I felt, loved, like past loved ones in there, and it's crazy ass scenarios, and yet the presence of a loved one still works its way in there,
Yeah.
And then I also had a dream where I grabbed a girl's ass and I actually felt it.
in your hand when you woke
No,
up.
I actually told that story on UFO Garage when I was on there.
I'm not talking about those dreams. I'll get in trouble.
I'll get in trouble.
And I could actually feel the reality shift around me as I was coming out of it. And then, what it turned out, what I was really hanging on to. Well, you got to tune in for that one.
I want to know what the two Sasquatch looked like when you seen them. Were they huge, Dave?
The one was peering in and out from behind a tree.
Uh-huh.
So we were only seeing like the shoulder and the face.
Okay.
And it's hard to detail because.
Oh, and everybody saw it, not just you?
Well, me and my friend, yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
then
He was taking a piss.
and then the second one was 75 feet from us, and I got a full right side and back.
See, I never had any experiences with them, so I never really even knew if they're real or not.
It really looked like Chad Smith without his shirt on.
And now I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I saw another video where there was one that was like huge. You could see the deer looking at it and getting spooked by it, and then you don't really know what's going on. It's moving in the distance, and then it looks down and you see how big this thing really is. Shit. And so
what is its hair like?
It looks kind of like a monkey, right?
I'm asking him who's seen one.
Dave. Oh, Dave, what was his hair like, Dave?
Like Dave's hair. It looked like Dave Scott, but just brown.
It was
like people hair or like animal hair?
It was reddish gray. It was like brownish, reddish gray. I mean, it may not have been gray because it was, there was sun kind of glistening off of it.
Yeah.
It was very thick.
Or so ape-like or human?
No, animal-like.
Animal-like.
Yeah.
Gingers.
I wish it would have turned to look at me.
That's crazy.
He's coming to steal his soul because he doesn't have one because he's a ginger.
It looked at you. It was like, oh shit, there's Dave Scott. Fuck, he found me.
Dave
God damn it. God damn Dave Scott. That was going to put me on SOR. God damn it.
Dave Scott didn't even.
I had seen a video one time of one that it had like people hair really long all down its back and on its shoulders and everything. So I was just wondering the experience that you had, if it was, and obviously it was more like an animal hair.
Yeah, because the one I saw that was towering, that was huge, was more like monkey. Like what you would think of a gorilla when you see one look
Papa
like
Willie,
that.
I
So I don't know if it's fake or not.
Papa Willie saw Mick Jagger. That's who he saw. That's what Hey Dave, do you have dreams yourself? I'm just saying because
I usually don't remember them.
You don't?
Yeah, that happens to me.
No,
yeah, same with me.
Only when something really weird happens do I remember them.
I remember them all the time.
But that's when I can't remember my dreams. If I smoke.
I only remember my dreams if the room is super uncomfortable. Like if I wake up and it's really hot, that's when I'll have a dream. If I'm comfortable and sleeping good, I won't have any dreams for some reason.
I guess you had a good time with your vacuum that night.
Every night. Remember them, but
I know. I never dreamed.
That's an inside joke.
My dreams, most of mine come when I'm working on something, a car. Like right now, I got the truck apart, rear ends apart. And if I can't figure it out, I go to bed, I fall asleep, and then in the dreams, I'm still working on it.
Thinking you're
it's like I fix it in the dream, and then when I wake up, that's really the problem. I just go out and fix it.
Your intuition, your subconscious telling you what
it's right.
That's pretty cool.
That's your little mechanic alien genius getting in your mind in the middle of the night. Be like, here you go. It's like a little Magoo, trying to tell you what to do. Like I hate waking up and dream. I hate dreaming about work. That's the worst. Dreaming about running conduit.
Especially when you're in trouble at work and something's stressing you out at work.
Or you got to do some tedious, endless crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate the high school dreams where I dream I'm back in high school. Those ones suck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like high school the first time. I don't want to dream about it.
Yeah.
I don't remember high school.
I had a question I wanted to bring up earlier, guys. We're gonna go back to UFOs because Me and Tim McCart were talking about this earlier. Do you guys think there's anything left in Area 51, or was anything ever brought there or taken somewhere else?
I think it's all gone by now. It's too mainstream. People
It's
know
there
about it.
because you can't get in there. Number one,
You can't get it. That's what I said.
But you
It's
can't
still
your ass
there.
is not gonna get in there. They're not gonna take it out of there because your ass cannot get in there. Now, when
But
it
is
comes
that
to the
any
whole
different than any other military or
well,
anything?
it's more
That's
it's
another
more
thing.
You can't
tense.
get into any of the places you want to go.
Is it
We've
military? I don't know if it
We've
is.
evolved from Area 51. We've evolved. Area 51 was like a 61 Volkswagen Beetle. You know?
Yeah, that's
now,
what I
now
haven't
you know
thought
now
about it in a long
now,
time until you asked me
now
that today.
the United States is we're you know it's now like a Tesla pretty much or you know we're above that. Like now you know we got probably bases underground in the freaking in the water. You know that's probably
I don't know
you
what
see
makes
stuff
me think.
flying out the water.
What makes me
Hey,
think
boys,
there's still.
I got to run here because I got to start
I
getting
know.
ready.
I
But,
love you,
uh,
guitars, man.
Thanks for stopping in, buddy. We'll see you
Love
next
Yeah,
show.
good to see you.
Take care, okay?
Horns
Thank
up.
Thank you for the fun,
Don't
and we'll see
forget
you guys
about the
all in about an
offering,
hour.
dude.
Rock and roll, boys.
See you, bud.
Rock and roll, dude.
Take care.
You too, brother. You know what? That gives me a broner, man. Like just have.
He's like,
freaking
I gotta
broner,
get
man.
out of here.
You know,
Never heard that
he's
term
like, man.
before.
No, just to have Dave come by and check us out every once in a while. I think that's awesome, man. Like,
I know.
for us
He
to
seems like he's
have
got. I've only
that
listened to
legend.
a few that you've
He's
sent
keeping
me.
tabs. He's keeping tabs.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I don't want these guys to overcome me.
A lot of experiences and
To have that guy come on and talk to us and be as cordial and as you know, it's as awesome as
He's
he
just
is.
making sure that we're not getting bigger than him. He's like, oh, yeah, they're nowhere
No,
near.
he's
Okay, we'll see you guys later.
He's
once
worried
one of
about the
those
Chad Smith.
experiences happen to you, you think that you just open your eyes and pay attention to it more, like he does. He's had so many experiences like that now. He probably saw one thing that was like, holy shit, and then started paying
Yeah,
attention.
that's
to
what
it more.
Josh
Now,
was saying to me. He was telling me that the more you pay attention to it, the more you start asking
you
questions
see it,
and you get
yes.
more interested. They
Yeah, well,
show themselves more.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
seeing full
the
aliens
people,
more times.
yeah, the people that see UFOs and stuff and have alien encounters, then they start having like poltergeist activity and stuff like that. It's like cross pollination of then other stuff starts, you know, falling
like
into
the
their laps
veil,
and shit.
or the
And that-
veil, like you was saying the other day.
Yeah,
The veil
that's
light,
interesting.
you,
I don't know
you're
what to
more
make of it.
susceptible to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I know what he was saying with dreams. Once you start trying to, because I have a lot of dream books and I'll read deeply into my dreams. It's when you start to try to decipher them, you have more complicated, more trying to, I don't know, more complex dreams.
Yeah,
It's
more
it's like your
crazy.
subconscious is working shit out. And-
Yes, when you're trying to study about them in your non-subconscious or your conscious, and then your subconscious kicks in your dreams.
At first, it was hard to get used to, you know, because I had an experience.
I know
talked
exactly
to-
what you mean. It haunts
you know,
me
like
sometimes.
you know, like
Crazy.
when it came to the UFO garage, I actually spoke my story. You know, long story short, you know, I actually came across a person. I believe it was somebody that actually helped me out. You know, and it was crazy the way it happened because I was, you know, depressed and, you know, my life sucked at the time. I wake up with a smile every day like this, you know, and you know, I wake up, I don't stress out. You know, if somebody argues with me, I'm like, whatever, you know, I'm just always happy. I wasn't that person 6 years ago. You know, I woke up, was always down, always depressed. I was just like, life sucks, you know. I had actually suicidal thoughts, you know, and then it's just something that gets into you. Maybe it's a demon that tries to get you to do it, you know, and that's why we lost so many, like Robin Williams and, you know, the guy Chester from freaking what was the band? Yeah, man, you know, like you can't beat that freaking that demon or that being that gets into you to try to make you do that, you know. Because I remember I would come home and be like,
but if you wake up with a smile every day, that's so fucking
I
amazing.
do now. But I remember
Badass.
6 years ago, you know, I never did that. You know, I woke up and I was just depressed, and I met this one person that actually changed that for me. And, you know, I believe like he was another being because, You know, I mean, you got to listen to the UFO Garage that I was talking about, but you know, like I actually became a better person because of my experience. You know, I'm happy now.
Little things, man.
Yeah, that's
you
cool.
gotta
I know,
be grateful
you know,
for little things.
but ever since that happened to me, when I met that person, I never used to dream, but ever since that happened, like I became happy and everything, and I didn't worry about nothing. Like it was like I give you this, I give you the happiness, but you're also gonna have this. So that's where my dreams came from.
So you met them in UFO Garage, the person that helped you. So it's
No.
part of your-
I told my story. I told my story on
Oh,
there.
I see.
I'll tell you my story. What happened was I met with this guy. It was real short. And he was like, something's wrong with you. You know, like I went, it was like, I was working nights. I was off that day. And it was like 2:00 in the morning. I went to wash my car because I couldn't sleep, of course. So I came around. I stopped at this little racetrack gas station. And there was a guy out there. He had a mustache. You know, he looked, you know, he was foreign. You know, he was from like Kazakhstan. I don't remember where the fuck he was from. But I walked by. He said, hey. I was like, hey. So I went in there, bought it. It was before I bought some beers, and I gave him a beer, and he was like, "You're not happy, are you?" And I was like, "No, I'm not happy." He's like, "You know, you have suicidal thoughts." I was like, "Oh shit, this fucking guy knows. How do you know that?" You know. So I sat there and talked to him for a little bit, you know, and of course, I gave him a beer, and I'm talking there, you know, and then we're talking, and I looked down, he had like a mason, like it was a ring, it was like a mason sign, you know what a mason is. So I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's a cool ring. What is that? He's like, don't worry about that. And I was like, okay, you know. He pretty much told me, don't worry about the fucking ring, you know what I'm saying? So like he had like a deep accent. I was listening to him. So next thing I know, it was like 5:00 in the morning. I wake up and I'm sitting in the hotel next door at the hallway. And no, he did not drug me because I had my beer the whole time. So I knew what the hell I was doing because people asked me that. You know, I was not raped or nothing, you know. So I woke up and I was like sitting next to this hallway and there was like stairs going down. And I'm sitting there and I'm like sitting, my back was to the wall and then everything was going on like whoa, like it was like some kind of weird noise. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? Where am I? You know what I'm saying? And like everything was like faded, like it felt like the end of the world. Like literally, I thought it was the end of the world. I was like, why am I here? I walk down the stairs and then I look and the lights blinking, and there's no cars around. And I'm like, and that noise is still going on. It's like some alien type movie shit. It's going wow, wow, wow. And I'm like, I'm just distraught. My mind is gone. And then I just close my eyes and I put my hand like this. I look up and the light's red. And there's cars everywhere, just driving around like nothing. The cars weren't there. I went up to the girl at the store and I was like, yo, I said, she's like, you were just here. And I was like, what are you talking about? We're just here. She's like, yeah, you just walked in. It was just a crazy night. So after that, months go by. I run into the guy. He doesn't have that ring. He has a totally different ring. And I was like, what's up, man? You remember me? How you doing? You know, he's like, I don't remember you.
So
and I was like,
are you?
No, he was like, but he did not talk the same way. Like he had the accent like this when he was talking to me at the time.
Maybe he had
this.
It wasn't even nothing to do with him. It was all about you.
And he was talking like this, like with a real deep, like Russian accent. But when I talked to him, he just talked normal, like I'm talking right now.
You thought he was faking
it? No, I like, hey, what happened to that ring you had? He's like, what ring you talking about? This is the ring I've always had. I was like, and it was a totally different ring. So my mind was blown, and I still run into this fucking guy every once in a while. And I got like every time I pull up to the store, and I get this eerie feeling, and I see this guy whenever I like my hairs, I'll be like, they stand up, and I'm like, which I don't have hair, but I just feel this feeling. And I woke up and I'm like, hey man, what's up? He's like, what's up, dude? How you doing? He does not have that accent. He's not the same person.
Does he remember you now, though?
He never does. And I remember that day. No, I remember the day that I saw him when I was sitting there drinking a beer with him. Like I remember his eye, like doing like some kind of like some like instead of closing this way, like it went black. All the eyes went black.
Oh, reptilian.
Yes, and I was like, whoa, you know, and then that's when like minutes go by, and then after that, I was like, holy shit. That's when after like 20, 30 minutes, I woke up supposedly somewhere else, And ever since that, like I feel like he traded me because he was like trying to talk to me. He's like, man, you don't have to be sad. You don't have to do this. Life is gonna be beautiful. I know you were suicidal, and he started talking like pretty much like he was a psychic to me.
He either changed your path or he brought something up to you.
Because I was really sad that day. Like I was really sad when I saw him.
And it all changed from there.
And then when I got in the car that day, after that whole bullshit, when I, had the whole light and waking up, and I got in the car when I lost the track of time, I got in the car and I started the car and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I felt like weight lifted off of me and I just had a beautiful freaking experience. I was like, just happy. I woke up, I was like, life is beautiful.
Does it suck that he doesn't remember? Like
I don't remember, but
you helped me out, but now you don't remember, or you think he's lying?
No. He's not lying because I remember when I was talking to him, he had a deep accent, and when I talked to him months after that, he talked like a normal person. So maybe he was like a carrier for a reptilian.
Yeah,
he was being, whatever something took over him because it was not the same person the way he carried himself.
Okay,
he didn't know who I was. He did not, what I'm saying? Like the way he talked to me, it was just like, who the fuck are you? He was like, he went from being like, he literally went from being like a Russian to being an American. Like literally, like it was
speaking your language. Yep.
And every time I see him, I'm like, you don't remember? He's like, nah. I was like, you don't remember that ring? He's like, what are you talking about? He thinks I'm crazy. He thinks like something's wrong with me. But like, ever since that happened, like I remember like days later, I started having dreams because I never used to dream, and their vivid dreams started coming. So I believe like he actually traded my happiness for these dreams. Like he actually was like, you know what? I'm gonna make you happy. I'm gonna get rid of all your depression, but you're gonna have all these crazy vivid dreams, and everything's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to it now. At the beginning, I woke up with sweats and just like my life was like, oh my god, I was like, what the fuck? I wake up happy, but when I was sleeping, it was just like crazy shit, But I'm happy that happened. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. I'm good. So I have ever since I was a kid. I've had very vivid. Sometimes they haunt the shit out of me, like dreams, terrible dreams. Sometimes they're real good. Sometimes they're real bad. But it's every day. It's very constant. And I know what you mean. Like it changes you a little. I don't know. No, I haven't met very many people that have that, where it's like sometimes your dreams will torment the fuck out of you, or sometimes they will help you enlighten in certain ways and shit like that. But
I saw the difference of my dreams. Like I remember I used to dream, but it wasn't like it was whatever. I'll have a dream, but like ever since that experience,
talk about their dreams and they're like, oh yeah, I just had this dream or whatever.
Like when I dream, I'm actually there. Believe it or not. You might think I'm crazy.
I believe it.
But I'm actually there. Like I'm actually there. Like I feel stuff. Like I see stuff. Like I go with the motions when I'm in my dreams. I'm rolling around. I'm actually doing stuff. When I shoot somebody in the dream, I'm shooting somebody in the dream. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel all that. And that only started happening since that experience that happened to me. Because back then when I was before that, it wasn't like that. But now it's just like, dude, like I literally, my latest dream, I was hanging out with Snoop Dogg and he was talking to me. I was sitting there like hanging out with him. Like, anyways, he was like,
they're always happy dreams, though? They're always happy dreams?
No.
Sometimes
I'm happy. I'm a happy person, but my dreams are not happy. There's always violence. There's a lot of violence in my dreams. There's a lot of violence, there is stuff that I don't want to talk about, but like Snoop Dogg, like I told my girl, I was like, yo, Snoop Dogg wanted to have a threesome with me and him.
Yes, you're real cool.
So,
rolling down the block with an afro and a pimp cane.
Oh shit. But yeah, man,
Zero cool is funny.
They just we have dimensions that we don't know about, and I think that's so awesome. Like that
For sure, we spend 1/3 of our day in dreamland. We spend 1/3 of our day every single day sleeping and dreaming. Like,
a lot of people don't see dreams. A lot of people don't see their dreams.
Whether they're seeing them or not, it's happening. That's another realm we're in. We just turn our body off for 1/3 of our day every single day, and every person has to do it to survive. There is another realm out there. There has to be.
Hell yeah,
You're spending 1/3 of your life in that realm. Every person is. And when you don't do it, you turn into a fucking maniac on this realm. So it's like, right? Look, when you're people that do drugs, they turn into a fucking maniac when they don't have the sleep. It's the lack of sleep.
Here's Johnny.
Sorry. Right? Yeah.
Put that one out there.
Yeah. Well, when we enter that dream state, that's our body repairing itself when we get into that deep sleep. Otherwise, we'd get all lethargic and our muscles would deteriorate and shit like that. It'd seriously fuck us up.
Your mind
Your mind. The science says that your mind is literally repairing itself while it's sleeping. And when you're dreaming and you're in an REM state, that's even better for you. And when you don't have that, you can turn psychotic because
that's why you have those people with the sleep apnea and stuff like that. They got to put up with that stuff hard.
Or people with insomnia. Insomnia is a true disease for people. Sometimes, like, it will turn your awake mind crazy.
Well, that's crazy that we have fucking dreams, like, and we're like, I don't know, maybe there's like another life that we live somewhere else, you know?
Well,
hey, could I drop my dream where I was?
Go ahead.
Let me get one of
Chris,
my dreams.
please.
Okay.
Please.
I remember this was like my mother had passed like a while ago, and this was like maybe a year or two later, and I'm in the dream. I'm like at some frat party, like yoga. Everyone's dressed up in the what do you call them? Those
the white
toga party.
Toga party.
Yeah.
And I'm at this party, and I'm just there doing whatever the fuck it is I'm doing. I'm talking to someone, and I just feel this presence there, like the presence of my mom. And I look around, and then in the little like kiddie pool, there's my mom, and she's filling it with margarita mix. This like kiddie pool with like margarita mix.
Man.
Your mom sounds like a cool chick, man.
And she's at the toga party, and I'm like, oh shit, there's mom. And afterwards, I wake up and I just have this ultimate, fresh feeling of like, just this. It's just like a present. She didn't tell me anything. She didn't give me any life affirming advice or whatever. None of that stuff. Because when my mom passed, I guess we left on good terms and stuff like that. Because for years she had already told me that oh, I love you and all that stuff like that. We said our goodbyes. When time came for her.
Yeah.
So feeling that presence, her popping in every now and then, it's like, oh, it was such a cool, unforgettable experience for me. And that that even though in my dreams, she finds a way to sort of like, I can still feel her presence through that, and for me it was such a tremendous experience. But it's like it was so ordinary, like, because everyone else, they have these grandiose dreams of like, oh yeah, they gave me this combination to this safe, to this treasure and stuff, where it's like, oh, so and so who never told me they loved me finally told me they loved me and all that stuff. But me, it's like,
really
even though it was this,
dreams, yours was
even though
so
it was a small, simple little gesture, but it just felt so profound and good.
But that's how we're all different anyway. Like, for real, when you look at it, everybody's a little bit different like that. And maybe the simple times were what mattered more to you.
Yeah, it was so good. And I guess that's why, that sort of unresolved, I guess, personal baggage. Sometimes people drag that into the paranormal, where they're looking for stuff. They didn't get to say goodbye. They didn't get to hear "I love you" one last time, and that like destroys them. And it's more like, are you really hunting ghosts, or are you really hunting the last I love you from mom and dad or something like that? And you can tell with some people that's what pulls them into this thing. And it's sort of like they're looking for this to do something for them rather than just enjoy it and be a part of it.
Yeah.
Obsessing so much it keeps some of presence over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
what they say by unfinished business.
Yeah.
I text my mama every day, man. I just say, hi, mom, love you. I love my mama. Sorry, Bobby Boucher.
Big Willie, what does BD mean?
I text my mom every day.
Big Daddy entrance.
I got a lot of friends that have mothers that they don't even talk to anymore. That's sad, man. Like you don't talk to your family, Like I got a friend, he doesn't talk to his mom. Like I'm like, man, what's gonna happen the day she passes away?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Where's Big Willie at?
Come on in, bud.
He said he's bringing that big dick energy in about 10 minutes.
That's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say it.
You know what's funny? Because, hey,
Willie
big dick energy. No. Big Dick Energy's Jay Diggs' new song. Is that where he got that from? I wonder.
They don't probably know Jay.
Yeah, they do. I bet I could put Jay Diggs up here right now and play it for a minute. And we won't get in trouble.
Yeah, for real.
You guys want to hear it?
They don't.
Diggs already gave me the go ahead on any of his music. I can use it all.
Dude, I didn't know that. You could have brought it in our freaking show with one of those, man. Now I know.
He said, if you don't know it, you don't have it, bud.
When Willie gets in here, we'll ask him. I'll search it over here and find it.
Any of y'all listen to country music?
Oh, it's not me on that side. I love country music, but I love all music.
I'm going to go see Toby Keith December 4th, and it's a free concert. So
Toby Keith's cool, but I like old country.
I'm going to go see Clay Walker, too. He's coming. Trace Atkins. It's all the free concert. Sorry, man.
That honky tonk with Dunkin' Donk.
No, yeah.
Trace Atkins sings that song.
Yep.
Toby Keith sings.
Toby Keith.
Should have been a cowboy.
Should have learned to rope and ride.
How do you like me now?
Wear my 6-shooter, ride my pony.
Stealing the young girl's heart.
You can drive to Florida, whoop your ass, keep singing a song.
You fucking California people, shut up.
Playing them. Oh, man, I know.
Oh, this has been fun, guys. It's.
You're just stepping out, huh?
Chris is like, country music. I don't listen to that. I listen to like Iron Butterfly, Led Zeppelin, and
I do too. All of it.
I listen to everything, man. I listen to everything. I'm multicultural, multi-musical.
How about music too with dreams?
I go anywhere from Tupac.
Wait, what?
To Eddie Rabbit to some Toby Keith to some. I even like Imagine Dragons. I don't know why.
He shaved his head.
He did.
Let's see it. Come on.
Big Willie.
Bald.
Willie.
Oh, I love the haircut.
Right? Papa Willie and Big Willie over here with the same cut.
Willie do.
Did you shave your head?
Both look like a couple of Willies too. Let me tell you right now.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. I would have shaved my head a long time ago if my wife hadn't had me hang out. She was like, no, don't do it yet. And I was like, babe, it's in the genetics. My dad went bald at like 22, so I knew. I was like, listen.
Join the club, brother.
Back here, for real.
I would shave mine too if it wouldn't all
his
fell out.
oldest niece, and before I was 5, he was going bald.
You'll buy more hats now, believe it or not.
What'd you say?
He'll buy more hats now. I'd be like, I could cover my baldness.
Right. Yeah.
So no, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. For a long time, I was wearing the hats because I had the bald spot with the hair, right? So like without this, right? Screw all that. I didn't want to have to be relying on like, oh my confidence comes from a hat or a wig. I mean, I love hats, but I was wearing kind of cover up the bullshit.
Love yourself, no matter what.
Hey,
I was
no
joking.
matter
Ben and,
what.
I'm speaking from experience here. A wig will make you feel powerful.
Dave Scott powerful. Dave Scott powerful.
Yeah, you all the power of Dave Scott.
yeah, dude, are you excited about that?
It looks good, Willie. It looks good.
Oh, thanks.
For sure.
Yeah, it's my cranium. I drew it myself, so I'm pretty proud of that.
It's all natural.
It's natural. But yeah, so you guys are just having a good time tonight, hanging out. By the way, am I super loud? When they made me go on, when I was on with Dave and them, they made me turn my mic way up, but I haven't adjusted. Do I sound loud to you guys?
No, it sounds great.
No.
Are you sure?
You sound just fine.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds really good. Actually, you have the best microphone out of all of us, I think.
No.
It sounds really good.
I have a wish list. A Neumann 500.
I want
Willie,
that
check
sure
this out.
some 7B or whatever it's called.
We're going
Oh,
just me here.
Papa Bear. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, the
Look at that.
stairs.
Custom. I got shitty internet signal right now, but I think it's working okay now.
Yeah, so
He's
my
got dial
special.
up.
Got the new Chop Shop microphones line out. You're gonna have to get you one of those mics.
Did you just like adjust yourself in your garage, or are you in another location right now?
I moved the garage around.
Okay,
See
that's what
how-
I'm saying, because that's your tool bench right there, right?
Yeah, it's directly behind us now.
So it's just on an angle. I do like it though, man. I like it. It looks
Yeah, it
good.
looks great.
Thanks.
I only see Sunny.
That's
Wow,
right.
I see
Let me
some-
put you back in,
So
Lewis. I'm
Lewis was
sorry.
missing his
Lewis
face.
said, "Hey, bitch, you're cutting out my camera time."
No, I wanted to see. No, I wanted to see I wanted to see Ball Ragnar. You look like Ragnar from the Viking show, man.
Bald Ragnar.
Hey,
Put this on.
Ragnar.
Yeah.
Ragnar.
Holy
There you go. That's
ready to go.
Ragnar right there.
You're gonna put Velcro in there. No, don't get slip off.
He's got the horns down. Gotta have those horns up.
Hey, your horns are upside down. It looks like you get too limp, you know.
Well, sometimes they go down a little. You
They need
gotta
Viagra.
get excited. They can't be up all the time. It's not healthy for you.
Gotta get a blue chew before that happens.
Yeah, blue
Damn,
chew.
damn, Michigan boy, you need a little sun, man. You gotta come down to Florida.
Oh no, we're in snow country up here, and I obviously, from my ancestry, I hail from like Scotland and Ireland, and I believe that is carried over in the translucent skin that I.
You were burned down here. You were burned down here.
My wife gets so pissed about it because she's got that good Italian skin, right? So she tans so well, and I'm not kidding. I run from like shade to shade. I'm telling you, 5 minutes, I can have a sunburn. It's bad.
5 minutes.
It's really bad.
That's
You wouldn't
dangerous.
make it out in the battlefield, Ragnar.
I wouldn't. I would burn. I would be gone. They'd be like, "How did he not make it? Oh, just burnt up. He just stopped walking."
So, hey, we got Chris on, man. You talked to Chris there, you know?
Chris
is
and
here.
I have literally never spoken. I don't think we've ever done an
Chris
episode
is
together.
awesome, man. Chris has got so
Have
much
we
knowledge.
spoken
you
before,
know?
Chris? Have we ever?
No, I'd remember.
Dude.
Well,
I
Chris,
love you so much,
Chris?
Lewis.
Yeah.
Ragnar, Chris. No, that's Big Willie.
Yeah,
That's Pop.
Yeah, I'm getting caught up on the UFO Garage weekends, and right now I'm at you and your interview with Jess Rogie.
Oh yeah,
she's interesting. I got to reach out to her sometime.
100%. She would probably love to come on with you and maybe even have you on as a guest on her show. I really like what she does with the radio. I definitely 100% misread her because I definitely thought she was like strictly UFOs. I really did from meeting her through Alien Girl 111.
Yeah. From what I've heard of some of her other shows, she gets in deep in the conspiracy theory.
Yes.
And she's going into some of the cancel culture and CTR stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is really good.
I didn't bring it up. I told her I was joking.
Yeah.
I even said on the show, I was like, I can't talk about it here because like I don't want to mess up. It's Ben and Joe's show. I
Yeah,
don't want to ruin it
yeah.
from right. But I was like, you ever want to come over to Bob? Like, if my brother, dude, we haven't put out a show in well over a month. Ben, it's easy, Ben. The last episode we put up was you and I. That was the last episode.
Yeah. I know, and it's a good place for that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be a natural up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the thing is that I came. She's one of those people that like started following my Instagram, and it's funny how all these people fall into my lap when because they follow my, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I'm like, oh, okay, some chick that thinks she knows that she knows UFOs and shit, whatever. You know, and then I started listening to her show. I was like, damn, this chick knows her shit.
She really does. And she's got like the backing, the credentials, so people want to give her crap. It's like, no, she actually went to school for this stuff. So
yeah. And the thing is,
hey, Sonny, we can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
or how she's trying to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She was trying to figure out.
I'm trying to figure out
what we were talking about. She thought you guys were talking about that one time I was abducted by aliens. The show.
Oh,
Bree
and Jamie. They had Tim on, and that's who
I watched one of them. I'm trying to get subscribed to all your guys' stuff, but I don't know whose is whose yet. But I'll get notifications from I think UFO Garage, maybe Chad Smith too. But is there any other channel?
The Chad Smith podcast.
Big Willie's UFO Garage channel.
That's the
No, I'm just with UFO Garage. It's not separate. It's just one thing.
But don't you have one with your brother?
I do, but we never.
Oh, you never.
It's like a gorilla in the mist now, man. I'll be like, let me look for. I'll be like, let me look for a Bob podcast, and I'm like,
oh. The other day, and
looks like they're gorillas in
I didn't
the
know
mist.
what to look up.
It's got an extra letter, and it's not boob.
Yeah, according to Ben and Joe, it was Big Old Booty Bandits, but it's actually BOBB. We're not that. We're definitely Band of Bearded Brothers, and he has way more of the beard than I do. But his beard is amazing. He has
they were like
fantastic
50.
beard.
How many shows y'all had? Like 50 something, and then y'all just because your brother works nights now, and it's so hard for him, man. You know.
Well, he's not even working night. Well, he does work nights, but he's also he's not had a day off. I think he just told them I'm taking a day off this past Saturday. That was his first day off in like 49 days straight.
Damn.
Something like that. Oh yeah.
7 days a week.
7 days a week, working 10s and 12s.
Doing what?
He's at a press and mold repair. So
okay.
He runs a lot of the dyes and stuff like that at the shop, and everybody's hurting for people, so they just can't keep them.
Yeah. He's a porn star.
There too.
He's a porn star.
He's a porn star. He pops Viagra's and
he moonlight porn star.
By the way, do you guys know Oracles and Beyond?
Seen her in the chat, yeah.
Dude,
Oracle, yeah.
I have to give her a shout out for sure because like she sent me this and I've got to like open it up and do like a reading for her at some point. But like she literally sent me like tarot cards.
Like,
Dragon Wisdom ones. Yeah, I haven't opened them yet. She was
like, shout out.
I know, right?
Comment, but it won't let me comment. So
for sure.
Okay,
I'm not cool enough.
I gotta ask Willie some questions. Gemma Jade, she's gonna be on your show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Excited.
So, dude,
who is she?
Okay, let's say that if any of you guys witnessed, I know there's a couple people in this garage that witnessed the reading, and I know Chad was there. He heard it.
A tarot reading?
I was there.
There is even if this one person would have told her anything, there was no way she could have known that I was going to be scanning through. This would happen. Chad said, no matter what chat room we go in, people know us. And I was like, no, I've never. So I went in a chat that it was one of Steve's channels.
Wait, who's us?
And it was live. So when I go in there, it's Gemma, and she's doing her tarot card readings. And she did one for me. And I'm telling you, the whole time she was doing it, I'm sitting here thinking, someone has told her this. And then it had to dawn on me, there's no possible way she would have known I was coming in here. I didn't know I was going in there.
Yeah.
Everything that lady said was dead on the head. I just right on the head of the nail, every word that came out of her mouth. I was amazed.
Not all one.
And then I wanted to just tell everyone I can't, but yeah, and the stuff she said was just everything. I was sitting back like somebody told her something. And no, there's no possible way she could have known I was even going in there.
You've only met her over.
I've never met her before. That was the first time I ever seen her.
Oh well.
Yeah.
No,
I got a Gemma Jade story too.
I didn't see that.
You gotta watch it. It's a good one.
Dude, what is it, Chris?
Well, I'm working on commissions, right? So I'm working on commissions. It's fairy based. It's fae based. So to have some stuff in the background, it's like, okay, I'll listen to some pleasant fairy stories. So I go through her channel and I pick up like all the fairy stories, and it's like, oh my God, they're all terrifying as shit while I'm trying to work on these cute and fuzzy commissions and shit. So that's a good, yeah. She's another one that I got to reach out to and talk to her sometime. She would be a riot.
And what was her name again?
Gemma Jade.
Oh, it was. Oh, I couldn't hear what you said the first time. I'm sorry.
I've yet to see. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get in the community a little bit and look up people and.
Sonny, did you catch this?
That's when I need to get it.
Did I what?
Did you catch that she said that she wanted to give me a reading, but she wasn't sure if I was still in there or not?
Yeah, she did.
Her time ran out. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting one next time.
Go get you one.
Because that was awesome. I was really skeptical. I was skeptical as hell watching her do it until she got to me, and I'm telling you guys.
I used to be really skeptical about this too. But me, my cousin, and my cousin's friend she flew all the way over here. My cousin lived in Pennsylvania. They both flew over here to visit. We went into a psychic, but she also did tarot readings. And at first I was like, raised really Christian, and it was like, that's so my cousin I came in, everything was fine. Her friend from Pennsylvania came in, everything was fine. My cousin comes in her building and she's like, get out of my place. Get out of here. Get out of here. Something's bad about you. And she ended up either committing suicide or being murdered. We don't know. But that lady knew something, and she was like, get away from me. Like, your energy, there's no saving you. Something's going to happen with you. I don't want you in here. And she was pissed off and was like, what the fuck, But then just literally like a year later after that, something really, really, really bad happened to her. So I didn't believe in all that shit either until that day. And then I looked back on that and I was like, that lady knew. She knew something. She was doing a tarot reading for the girl from Pennsylvania. And even as soon as she walked in, her presence, she was like, go away.
Gemma kind of had that on that show that I was watching. She came across something bad, and she said she's not allowed to see that. And the look in her face when she said it, though, you could see terror in her face as soon as she was smiling and talking. Then all of a sudden, bam! She was just scared, and then it was something bad that she didn't want to say, and she just
at the time I didn't believe it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
For me.
That girl was just being an asshole, And then later on, I looked back at that, and I was like, "Man, she didn't want her in there for some reason. Like, she already knew that no matter what, your destiny is already going to be this. It's already going to be something bad. Your energy in my shop, I don't want it here." And it was weird.
She's gonna be so awesome to do a show with for you, Willie. That's man.
I feel like both
after
of them.
Seeing that, man, I was just like,
that's really cool.
She's gonna scare me.
Between her and John, both. I mean, they both have I was telling Christina the other day, and I was being dead serious. I was like, I have no idea why Dave even approached me to be like, hey, did you want it? Because I was like, both of them have amazing skill sets, and I am really excited for what we're going to be doing over there. So, by the way, have you left my comment up this whole time since I've been in here?
Yeah, my bad.
No,
since 10 plus 20 minutes ago.
I can't even find it to take it off.
The BDE.
You know what you can... Oh, there you
I
go.
said that, and he was all, yeah, that's what it is.
Which is playing, by the way, Chad.
What's that? Big Willie. Big Willie's got
if you don't have it, if you don't know what it is, you don't have it.
You know who's... Okay, speaking of voices, I heard somebody's voice today. You have a voice
of an angel when it comes to podcasts. You have that voice, man.
No, dude, you should go.
You remind me of the Step Brothers, when we're thinking Will Ferrell sings, You're
giving very Will Ferrell vibes.
That's pretty good.
You know, I gotta say
Chris
something.
says, "Are we?" Or Chad says, "Are we live on YouTube?"
You have a voice of an angel.
Yeah, really.
Big
Is
Willie.
this live on YouTube?
It is live. It says
It's
live in the
live
top
on
left.
Right there in the
I
corner, it says
appreciate that though,
239.
Lewis. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Maybe I was joking with my wife if I could. I mean, if I get free time, I would go take some like classes or something on the weekend for the fun of it to get like certified for whatever. If
Voice
that's something
classes
still-
or
like broadcasting
radio?
or do
Oh yeah, broadcast.
or do like commercials. Like Chris, you have a great voice. We were talking about your voice the other day when we did the roundtable on SOR. You have another voice that can be used for like just doing commercials. Like I think I don't know if you've ever done any work with your voice or not, but
Well, I've also been like podcasting for 10 years, so that probably helps too.
My husband told me the other day that I put on my telephone voice when I'm on this podcast. My
speaking of that.
whole family has it. That hello, Doran's backflow service. Can I help you? You know, like.
Did you just say please? You said Doran's back foot service.
That's my company.
That was a name. Yeah, hey,
Name drop.
That was a name
I
drop.
just
Yeah.
I had to make sure I didn't get. Listen, I heard back door, and we were like the back. I
No,
thought it said
it's
foot
back-
service.
Backflow. That's
Hey.
my company.
Forever as a kid calling my aunt's phone, it was on the answering machine, and forever I thought it said Black Hoe Service.
Doran's Black Hole Service.
That's what
Black
I
Hole
called it.
Service.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
My grandpa had a backflow company for 30 years, and I took it over. It's Doran's
Very nice.
Backflow Service.
Nice.
And we all, Doran's Backflow Service, how can I help you? You
I
know,
want
like,
to hear like a Big
Big
Willie
voice.
rap someday. You know, like a Big Willie rap. You know, like
Big Willie
you
rap.
have that voice. You know.
To rap this voice.
It's all
Would it be a-
featuring
No,
Chad
like,
Smith
Big
on the
Willie.
beat, yo.
Big Willie getting Willie.
I'm excited already. Mom,
Spooky's in
spaghetti.
the house.
Have you guys ever heard the Macho Man rap? Oh my God, it's hilarious.
Randy Savage.
I think
Everyone.
that was a long time ago.
Everyone.
It's like,
I can't hear you.
talking
What?
about. He's talking
What
about
do you
Hulk
rap?
Hogan. He's like dissing Hulk Hogan and shit. You know.
Let me hear it.
Everybody used to always tell me, you look like Brooke Hogan. Like, who the
Oh, you
fuck is
kind of
Brooke Hogan?
do.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
That's Hulk Hogan's daughter.
I know. I found out later, but you know.
He's been in Fresno
I don't know
before.
that
That
girl.
might be your dad.
Imagine Big Willie a rapper.
You
He's
know
like,
my dad is my dad.
My name is Big Willie.
Like my
Listen,
mother.
Dilly. I'm gonna get
Looks more
silly.
like my dad than my mama.
But man, I like to shave head, dude. I mean, you know.
The mixed
If I
tracks
saw
before,
you-
haven't you, in Florida? Have you handed any
Hey,
out before?
Have
No.
you got a sunburn on your head yet?
No. Here, I've shaved the head. I shaved the
the
head already
worst.
before. I've shaved
Oh,
it
you've
before.
done it before. Oh.
Yeah, like a couple months ago.
So you're
You know what's funny? Oh, sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm listening.
Oh, so the last time I shaved it.
You want me to smack her, Willie?
No, God, no.
No,
Hey, California, man, y'all be dipping over there. Come on, man. Don't be
Next thing we know, it'll be somehow. I never spend time on Twitter, but somehow it'll be like mixed that somehow Big Willie condones the smacking of women or something.
Yeah, really.
It's gonna be on there tomorrow. Willie asked host to smack
Smacks
guest.
guest.
Oh no! Hey, it's gonna be like on the news. Podcast guy bullies a woman online. Tells her he's gonna smack her. Dang it! Red, it'll twist it around. Be like,
I'll fuck you up.
they'll be like red. They'll be like red beard skinhead slaps a blonde on
I will
podcast.
Oh my
I will
god.
admit, no, it's true. I have to smile a lot more. This is true. I shave my head, and I'm not making that up. I do have to smile more.
To not look like a Nazi.
Look like a thug.
I'm
No,
telling
not
you.
to be a Nazi. You can just call him a thug.
Skinhead.
Oh,
Mexicans think you're that.
Not look like a
Mexicans
skinhead.
think
You have to
you're a
smile
great
all the time.
wizard.
Like, no, I'm a
See
regular
what
member of society. I'm not one of those
See what
fucking
happens?
people that shave their head for a reason.
right.
It's like it's early male baldness, guys. I promise. It's slowly.
Right?
Hey.
God decided this, not me. Please take the
There's
smile
a
lightly
guy-
and just move along.
There's a guy at the grocery store named Jose, and he talks to his friend Miguel, and he looks at you. He goes, "Hey, Jose, that's the Grand Wizard. That's what he is." He's a skinhead. He's gonna thank
Are
us
we
and
live
take
on
us in the corner and heal us.
Is this live on YouTube?
Dude, you guys are gonna.
It's
Dude,
all about
sometimes I
fun,
always
man.
wonder this channel when this channel's gonna get.
I don't
We're
know
gonna get
how.
cancel culture, huh?
First the
Willie.
Chinese.
We're gonna get canceled.
Fucking Lewis, you're gonna get us in so much
We're
trouble.
gonna get canceled.
Chad, you're closer to him. Reach over, smack that son.
Your Japanese comment.
I'm just-
If we ever get famous, you guys, we are.
I'm
in the-
Spanish, so I can talk
Okay.
smack. Okay, all right? I'm Puerto Rican, you know, so I got Latin papers. All right.
Oh, you
Man,
gotta
really-
pass. You're gonna
Really,
pass.
when are you not smiling? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I
I mean, because I know what you are. I mean,
know you claim I'm a ginger. The only spot.
no,
in my
not
entire
that. You're
body.
a fucking smile talker.
Oh, a smile talker. That's true.
I've never
my
explained
brother-
I've never explained what that is, but it's not anything good. They're like the Nephilim of the podcasting community.
Well,
He is a Nephilim.
this is the best I can do. I listen. I mean, it's me. It's nothing I fake. My brother always hated that about me growing up too. He's like, "You're always so happy."
Yeah, I
And,
know. I mean, when I was listening to you talking about where you met your dad, or you were talking to your dad on the phone, you said it's just like I'm talking to myself. I nearly drove my car off the cliff. It's like shit. This is smile talking is hereditary. Fuck.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
You're hilarious, Chris, man. I'm so glad you came on, man.
Yeah, there's this
Get you.
Man.
there's this
Me too. Good
podcast
to
out
meet you.
there
Good to
called
meet you.
Who
Chris.
Are These Podcasts? And the host is a smile talker. And he's constantly getting relentlessly ragged for it.
You can hear it in their voice though when they're not even
Yeah.
on video. When they're smile
I know.
talkers, you can hear them smiling. while they're speaking.
I'm so goddamn happy.
I wonder if people could tell that with me though.
No, you're not. You're
I
not one that you
wonder.
could tell. I don't think over your voice.
For
but
sure.
you
No,
can
but
tell
when
that
I'm
you're
doing
cool.
Bob, 100%.
You have
But
the
you're
Barry
right.
Manilow
Your
voice.
Sounds like butter when it comes to podcasts. You do have the voice for it.
No,
What
we
is
forgot
that
about the
guy's
real
name?
voice.
Barry Manilow. Like you're like hello. Like
Do you
No,
put your
guys,
telephone voice on though when you're
hello,
talking to
I'm
us?
Big
You are,
Willie.
huh? Right now you're on your
I'm-
hello Doran's backflow service.
sounds like I call like a you know like a sex hotline for males. You know, like, hi. For a sexy ginger, press one.
Scuffing names.
You guys should. Okay, you guys all know Jimmy Church, right?
Oh yeah.
We all know that Jimmy Church voice, right?
I know.
We like it dark. Yeah. I never got my pony. Yeah. So that guy. But okay, so I was like, all right, so probably nobody has a deeper voice than Jimmy. But he had this guy on named Race Hobbs. Bro. Race Hobbs' voice when it came on blew my
That's my
mind.
favorite name.
Oh
It's Hobbs.
shit! I remember him from what's it? Micah Hanks show.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Hobbo. Yeah. Hobbo.
Race
Hobbo.
Hobbs?
Micah Hanks has an amazing voice too. But Race Hobbs' voice
Yeah,
made
he-
Jimmy's voice, who has an amazing voice, sound like not amazing.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. Like hearing him side by side with Jimmy, I was like, that's a man's voice. Like it
Is
was a
that how I
real
am?
man's
No one can hold a fucking candle to Hobbo.
Was it like deep or like hello? It wasn't more like I like mustard on my taters.
just naturally deep. It
Was
was
it like snake
unbelievable.
blade? Like
It's like the thickest fucking gravy you could ever
Race
have.
Hobbs.
I like mustard on my
Chunks.
tiger.
Aw, Spooky, you're too
Thick
kind.
fucking
Thank you.
Is it
God,
Barry
that's
White or
so
Marvin
big.
Gaye? Marvin Gaye.
Let's get it
Oh
on.
my god.
Oh my
Get it
gosh.
on. Give me that, Big Willie. Give me one of those.
Let's get
What is it?
Marvin
Oh,
Gaye.
let's get it on.
Marvin Gaye.
God's sake.
Let's get it
We should all, you know what
on.
you guys should do for the fun of it one night. If you're, I mean, it's your guys' show for whatever. But like, I feel like this is the one show we could come on and actually try and do karaoke. As long as it was like, as long as you don't play music, right?
Just say
As
you
long as
want to
you
do
didn't-
karaoke, Big Willie. Come on. And this is your comfortable group. Let's do it. I'm down.
By the
I'm
way,
trying to figure out how we can do it. It'd have to be all
But
Mac J. Diggs
Acapella.
music. The one I can play.
we're all you guys gotta
I
match
don't know
our
his
California
internet.
energy over here though with your music. So
So I
Hey,
could be
by
like
the way-
cruising on
oh,
the,
that's good.
I could be like cruising on the street in my UFO, probing the
Right?
bitches, slapping the hoes.
Oh my god.
Right?
Let's do
Hey, you know, come on.
Probing the bitches. That's
Yeah, you know.
that was a
Sorry.
good one.
I don't want to get canceled, man.
Alien.
By the way, welcome
yeah.
Block Chick, Spooky, and
Block
Zero
Chick,
Cool
what's
as
up?
well.
Sorry,
Hey,
I
Billy,
don't.
thanks for teaching us. I mean,
Been
we need
here for a minute.
sponsors over here.
Oh, I'm losing my damn internet again. It's getting weak.
Hey, Chad Smith, welcome aboard. Thank you for
Hey, how's it
joining
going,
the
bud?
chat.
Hey, good to
Hey,
see
how
you.
you doing? Zero
Girl
cool.
says you can't
I'm
use the
just
word
bad at
alien.
this.
Oh,
Gordium,
and I don't want to bring her punk ass
Hey.
up either.
Congrats, by the way,
Sorry.
for you guys breaking and Sarah, thank you for being here for the chat for them tonight as well. You
Sarah,
guys broke
that's
10
my middle.
you guys
that's
broke
my
100.
maiden
broke 100
We
what?
Did 103?
Yeah, you
I
got
did
over 100 subscribers. It's awesome. You got 105 right now.
name. Oh, wow.
When Dave
Wow.
when Dave was blasting Chad's channel last night, someone dropped in and became my 100 too. These
Nice.
and
Celebration.
Chad, you went from like 40 to 70 something.
Yeah, I'm
Hell
at
yeah.
like 72, I think, right now.
Yeah.
I'm so jelly. He's a graveyard
It's
shifter.
fun to have something to do in the morning.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
saw in
Hey,
the chat
deserve it,
Sarah
man.
was
Yeah.
talking about.
Block Chick's been around forever.
Someone said
huh?
about the smile
here
talker,
forever.
and then she goes like better than
could've
a
just
mouth
Adds in.
breather. I had to
She's
actually
Hold-
unlearn that.
I can't.
Because I get
Really?
into that. I do that so much.
Yeah, she's
What's that, Chris? What do you do so much?
I
Such a shit
someone in the
show.
chat said, was laughing at the smile talker comment, and then Sarah said, "Well, better than a mouth breather," and it's like, oh
Right.
shit, that brought back memories. 'Cause I had to unlearn how to do that. So I would breathe on like the earliest podcast.
Hey, that's-
You could hear me breathing.
Be like,
We're very
hi,
related to her.
hello, I'm Chris Holm.
Sarah, by the way, and isn't that the coolest last name you ever heard?
What's
By
your
the
last
way.
name?
That's really her last
Yeah,
name.
that's
by
the
the
last
way,
name.
by the way, that is my first cousin. Or it's actually second cousin.
It's
By
like
the way,
Lewis. I
We're
got that
related
name
to
at
her.
Walmart. There's so many Spanish Lewises around,
Yep, she's Uncle
It's
Bill's.
like my mom
first
got my name at Walmart, Like, goddamn,
Amanda.
I
Amanda
couldn't be
Nicole
like,
Pop.
I couldn't be like Rodolfo or something sexy. I had to be like a Lewis. Thanks.
Rodolfo?
kidding.
That's
No,
what
I'm
you
just
call
kidding.
sexy? I'm just
But
Hey,
Sarah,
Chad,
you're a trip, man.
Are we gonna have breakfast? Are we gonna have coffee in the morning? We're gonna have breakfast for dinner tonight,
we
buddy.
could have coffee in the morning, but I don't know about 7 in the morning. Maybe a little later.
You know
Yeah,
what,
that's
Black
what I was
Chick?
gonna tell you. Well, let's make it 7 in the morning, my time. That's more like 10 in the morning, your time.
It's
What's up?
very sus.
What's up, Billy? Oh,
Sorry,
They're
it was for the
good.
chat.
Oh,
Sorry,
I ran out of
it's
You're gonna
very
have-
sus.
They're gonna have coffee and cheesecake in the morning. Well, we're a leopard cheetah.
That's
Tea
go ahead.
lemonade.
Go ahead. Oh,
Oh,
Hey,
I was
Chris.
trying to have coffee with you this morning, but I was a little late.
Hey, Chris.
I,
I know that Sonny lives in California. Chad lives in Chad World, which is Michigan, and Big Willie
from the
lives in
Irish Hills
Michigan.
of southeastern Michigan.
Arr, matey. And Chris, where do you live, man? Just curious.
Putting I'm the in D in Central Detroit Texas.
since 1950.
And where?
Oh, you're
What
in
Texas?
Yeah, Central
Central
Texas. So I'm
Texas?
like right in the middle,
Like
like between
Austin?
everybody. No, like San Antonio.
San Antonio, okay.
It's only
Grace,
funny for us, Chad.
I went there to a Kraken Barrel, and the lady told me, "Oh, you're from California, the place with
Michiganders.
crazy freeways." And I was like, "I just got off the most crazy fucking freeways I've ever been on, and you're calling me the lady from the crazy freeways?" Like San Antonio has some shit where you, like the junctions rejoin the freeway every 5 miles. You'll see
Yeah, we're still
Highway
building them too.
190, and then you'll see it 10 miles down the road. Highway 190 again, over and over again.
Yeah, 35 we've been working on that for like since
Yeah,
forever, and we're still
And
fucking
there's like
building
8
on it.
rows across,
That's-
and
it's
you're all
closest to
real
funny.
too close
she's
to
just
each
used to California, guys. We only got one freeway. That shit goes from one side
One
of
side to the
California.
I've always wanted to travel the United States. I've been stuck in Florida. Like I've been to New York and like Connecticut, Virginia, South Carolina, but I've always wanted to go to your side. Like ever since I was a little
The
immigrant.
west side is the
Ever
best
since I was a
side.
little immigrant boy and I was shipped to the United States, back in the day.
A lot of people hate California, dude, but there is a culture about
Oh
it.
man, someone from the
When-
chat is from Austin. It's like, oh
when
man,
Lou-
I feel
when Louis
sorry
used to
for
talk
you.
like this. I remember when I little boy, I used to talk Spanish and be like this, I used to talk, but now like I overcame it, but I want to travel. I want to go to California. I want to go to Michigan.
Now you sound like Mario.
But I want to go to
Mario.
Texas. Maybe I'm an Italian freaking immigrant. You never know.
Yeah. I have this love-hate relationship with Austin. And it's
I've always wanted to go to Texas.
They always have all the cooler places.
Fresno's real cool.
We get stuck with all the crap.
Now, so Block
Cali.
Chick, yourself, Chris, you guys are all right, and you're not that far from where Ben and them are having the meetup. Are you guys all going to actually meet up on the 16th for them, or no?
What's that?
Are you going to go to the meetup on the 16th that they're doing the live show?
Which one? Was it that like December 4th?
I thought it was the 16th of this month.
I'll have to look at it again and see what it is.
Huh.
Great. Now Block Chick is cussing at me.
Right? Yeah, she's got me laughing, dude. That's what I'm reading right now.
San Antonio is sus as fuck.
Fuck you, Chris.
Oh wait,
She said,
sus, guys.
Fuck you, Chris.
She gave you a just kidding, Chris.
No.
Here's to you.
I've always wanted to go to Arizona.
I've walked down 6th Street.
I've been
I know
to
what
Arizona.
it's like down there.
Arizona's
You know why?
special.
Because George Strait always told me they had lakefront,
Amarillo.
oceanfront property. No, he said
In
he had
Arizona.
oceanfront
No, he said
property
you want to buy
in
some.
Arizona. So
That's how I'm saying he's lying. The whole thing.
But I wanna-
Saying there's
I
no
wanna see that
oceanfront property in
oceanfront.
Arizona. There's none.
He's gonna sell it to you, dog.
That's the point of the song is there's no oceanfront property in Arizona. It's
I
all
know
desert.
I know. I'm not being like Puerto Rican, but I know that. Okay,
Right,
it's a desert. Okay,
Yeah,
it's like
There's
it's a
ocean
song.
in the middle.
No,
of
it
There's
is
mountains.
beautiful though. Like if I've traveled to Arizona and their mountain ranges are totally different and they're very pretty.
There's a big ocean right in the center of all the mountains.
It's so
And the great
New Mexico's the shit though. It's not.
Michigan has the Great Lakes, right? Is it the Great Lakes?
Yep.
You
Michigan,
shut
yeah.
your whore mouth. What do you mean?
Listen,
There is one state in the United States that has the Great Lakes, even if we don't actually own the rights to all of them, and we just claim them.
Michigan.
he said
Oh.
over mouth. I
No,
wanna
Michigan.
sit-
What
I
is
want to
it?
sit. No, what is Michigan? The Great
Yeah, it's
Lakes,
Michigan.
yeah. I
It
want to
is
sit in the
Michigan,
Great
right?
Lakes in a leopard
I had to shut my horn mouth
speedo
right
in
now.
the middle of December.
You shut your
and
whore
just
mouth.
get the breeze coming from Canada.
Here's-
I had
here's
to
the
shut
deal.
my horn mouth real quick because I was like,
Guys,
is
And I'm
Michigan-
hey, we got
Big Willie.
We got 3 minutes.
minutes left?
3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes to Dave's show.
Oh.
I hope you looked it up, Chad, because I forgot who's coming on already.
Oh,
Hey,
who do we
big-
got? Who do we got? Who do we
Whatever
got?
this meetup is, I'm gonna have to. Someone's gonna have to send me a link because
Our
is it
key
with
fan.
UFO Garage?
Yes, and I will hit Block Chick as well. I'll hit you up on Instagram. And Chris, I know that Ben and Joe have posted about it on the show a couple times, or on the actual their group page. But they have both been taking a break from social media, so they haven't really been on there in a while. So that's why I said I'm gonna hit them up, and if I find out, I'll let you know too. As far as the
Okay,
actual
it's probably-
location, it's a local bar there.
Oh yeah.
It's
Probably not official because I just see one event and that's the Terry Lovelace one.
No, that's it. The one with Terry Lovelace is going to be there in person. Yeah, that's the event.
That's December 4th. It says here December 4th.
It is December 4th? Perfect. Okay. So there you go, Block Chick.
All right.
December 4th.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be going to that. Gonna bring my
Hell
sketch
yeah.
pad and all that shit.
Heck yeah.
I'll be at the Toby Keith concert that day, so sorry guys.
I wish I was going. I don't know if I can make it. We'll see. If I showed up, it'd be a miracle. We'll see.
I'll be drunk.
If that show
Here,
is
here.
Oh, bro.
Well, guys, this was awesome, man. Like this is
Yeah, good
this
show.
is the show that we come and talk smack and we have fun. No filters. Races don't matter. We can talk all kinds of
That
smack.
racist doesn't matter. You can be racist.
Yes,
It does. It matters. It matters.
Yeah, we got skinheads and disgruntled Mexicans.
Yeah, we got skinheads and we got
Oh my
racist Puerto
Yeah,
Ricans out here.
On me for the last 5 minutes.
We got gingers and sorry, because I'm Puerto Rican, I can say this. We got gingers and
What am I
skinks.
falling through?
You can't say ginger. That's a white boy word, man. Don't be saying ginger.
Oh my God, Willie.
That's
Where did you
our
come
word.
Oh,
Don't you? That's our word, us.
That's
How
our
dare
word
you.
for us.
Why are you appropriating our word?
My beard is red, so I'm good. Okay. Yeah.
We find that offensive, just like aliens don't like to be called aliens.
My beard has red in it, so I'm ginger too as well. Okay.
Oh
right.
God. Jesus.
Everybody
Okay.
knows.
Listen, you guys need a safe space.
This has been another episode of the
Best
Paranormal
friends with the
Chapter.
Oh, we gotta go.
How do you spell ginger?
Look,
G.
I'm
Hey,
totally playing.
Lewis,
Go
hey,
check out
Lewis is,
Dave, guys.
Yeah.
Lewis is so bad. You got to have 4 white token
Right,
friends.
we gotta put a 2-second countdown to. Oh my God, is this live on
You
YouTube?
gotta go. SOR. Go check out SOR with Dave, the
We'll
gray
see you
beard
guys.
guy. You know, the gray weird
Oh,
white
God.
guy. You know, he's got a gray beard. Go check
Right.
him out.
Everyone go see SOR and get them horns up.
Bye. Good night, guys.
Yeah,
See you
guys.
So all
Bye,
guys
everybody.
get out here. Hey, this was a great show, man. This was an
Hell
awesome
yeah.
one.
Hell yeah.
Good night,
Good
y'all.
night, guys.
Okay,
Thanks for having me,
Much love,
guys.
guys.
hey, Chris,
Yo,
thank you
that's
for stopping in, buddy. That was awesome, man.
What
Conspire
is
Theory,
it?
anywhere you find
Hakuna
podcasts.
Matata.
Just look for it in the RSS feeds and Google, and you'll be
Yes.
able to just latch onto it. So I'll catch you
What was
guys
it-
later.
What was that again?
Okay,
See you,
man.
buddy.
See you,
Thank you,
Chris.
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
All right.
All right, guys. That was awesome, Willie. Thank you for coming in, man.
Oh, heck yeah.
We got.
Climbed
I'm
out of
sorry, I
bed
got to
for
cut
it.
it short, but yeah, we're 1 minute over. Dave will be kicking our ass. He's gonna put a hit out on us like he does UFO Garage when you guys go over.
Hey, I don't go over. I don't go over.
I'm sorry,
Pretty
guys.
good.
I guess I'm the Richard Pryor of this show. You know,
Yeah.
Richard Pryor on the show.
or the Carlin.
Era
you know?
are you living in?
Yeah. Oh, I get to be Bert Kesher if you're Richard Pryor.
I'm
Okay,
Joey
man.
Coco Diaz.
All right, guys, we're gonna kill it.
Bye,
Yeah,
y'all.
thanks,
Good
everybody,
night.
for
Fine
watching.
anyway, right
We'll
now.
see you.
Sarah, Papa
You guys
Willie.
can stay on if you want. You don't have to get off.
Love y'all,
get
man.
Okay,
it
everyone,
on.
shoot over to SOR. I'm gonna pull him up right now. When I end the
All right, brother.
broadcast.
Have a good
Thanks,
day,
guys,
man.
for tuning in. Thanks for everybody in the chat. We'll see you next Friday. Paranormal
Here.
Chapter.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
Peace
Peace out.